good evening, good morning. If it looks like I've just got out of the shower, it's because I have just got out of the shower. And, Mr. Barkley, I've been
Hello.
expecting you.
Hi, how are we?
Where have you been and what have you been enjoying this Australian Open, by the way?
I have. No, I certainly have.
Did
It's
you
been
enjoy the match between Murray and
no, not
Martin?
not in any way whatsoever. To be honest with you, I'm still trying to get over the trauma of that. It's yeah, it happened. It was a match that happened, and it was a far cry from what I wished it could have been. But it was also bizarrely, in a weird kind of terrible way, kind of almost what I expected now from
Yeah.
my man, which is devastating. But
Yeah.
it's kind of indicative of where he's been at. And yeah, I mean, his words afterwards certainly weren't that positive either in terms of where his career is going. So yeah, it was a very, 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 very unpleasant watch. He just was not, there wasn't really any sign of a kind of fight back from him, which is not something that we're used to be seeing from him. But aside from my boy Andy, yeah, the tennis has been good. I mean,
Good news, Scott. Good news, Scott, is of course you still have, your player in the tournament, as I'm going to share on the screen right now, because I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a little poll going up. How many times is Scott going to kiss Novak's butt today?
Wow.
So do get voting in that poll, and I think I'm going to bring in our host for the next hour and a half, Nick, because we can't have a show without a host, because he's going to be. I'm just easing us into the first couple of minutes. I'm also going to bring another guest as well forward, Ashley. Although maybe I should put Scott and Ashley apart, given their disagreements over goats of tennis in the past. Ashley's looking very serious right now. Ashley, how are you?
Oh, hello. I'm okay. I'm chilling.
So listen, what Scott and Ashley, both of you, right? I know that Scott is a new a stan of Novak Djokovic. Ashley is a long-held stan of Serena Williams. Fine, but isn't 200,000 Grand Slams enough for you, right? I mean, I'm a Tim Henman fan, yeah? I'd love him to have 23, 24,
Why?
23, 24 Grand Slams, but he's got 0, and here we are.
Ashley, I'll let you go first there. I'll let you go first.
Come for me, Ashley. Come for me.
I didn't realize this was going to be the first question I was going to get asked. As a person that is a ardent supporter of Serena who got me into the game, the vast world that is tennis, whether fortunately or unfortunately, I'm still deciding on that. That's a day-to-day issue. It breaks my heart to see someone who fought for the latter 6 or 7 years, give or take a few, trying to get to 24.
I know.
So I am at peace with 23. Let me be very clear. I am at peace with 23.
Well, Ashley, let me tell you this. I'm not at peace with Rafa being overtaken by a certain Serbian tennis player.
It is what it is. Rafa's been overtaken by a lot of things. His hips, his foot, his kneecaps, his abdomen. What else am I missing? His wrist at one point, that was a thing. So many things.
Nick is very quiet, by the way, so he's also sandwiched in the middle right now. How are you, Nick? All right?
I'm all right. I just realised I'd have to moderate this.
Moderate what? Y'all act like I am uncivil.
Oh no, Ashley, you're fine. It's Scott that I'm worried about.
Oh,
I don't understand my reputation. Does my reputation precede me here?
I'm also slightly worried because I'm sat here with ardent Serena Williams, Rafael Nadal fan, and passionate Andy Murray lover, and Novak Djokovic. Yeah, I was going to go with that. I was going to go with something slightly more.
Does
Well,
my
pretty
like
risky, but,
I need to ask early. Does my Twitter like suggest that I'm like a bigger Novak fan than I am Andy fan these days?
No.
I think in the last couple of months, maybe.
Is that what it's suggesting? I mean, I suppose in my defense, like there's not really been much to celebrate with Andy.
When
is
was
there?
the last Murray musing, Scott? Just out of interest.
one just came out.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just asking. Sorry,
No.
I don't listen to every Murray music. I do
You don't
listen.
listen to every single one.
Sorry, Scott.
Listen,
What I'll do is I will download some and I'll just leave them on in my house when I
How
leave.
long have we been recording for? We've been recording 5 minutes, and I've just had my heart broken. But it's okay. Yeah, like the last Murray musings, for what it's worth, folks. If you want to check up on Spotify, I certainly do. Yeah, we did a pre-Australian Open preview where I think all three of us, me, Claire, and Peter, my co-host for Murray musings, I think we all kind of. Hopefully, like I think we all kind of tried to predict or tried to have some hope that Andy would be there in the 4th round, or maybe make a second week run, which yeah, obviously that didn't happen. So it's I guess it's kind of been rough as an Andy fan of late. So I suppose I certainly never want to say that I'm kind of transitioning to be a Novak fan. I certainly wouldn't want to say that. I've just, I'd certainly, I just, I guess I've just become a bigger fan of him as a result of there being less Andy around. So I suppose that's where I found myself. But yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. So, but yeah, I've been enjoying him. I wouldn't say I'm going to go like too over the top though with Novak on the stream today. I'll try and restrain it.
What I am getting the vibe off, which is reassuring me greatly, Scott, because we value you very much in the tennis community, is that you are going to continue watching tennis after Andy Murray stops. By the sound of it.
But it's an interesting one though, because I think I actually I used to talk. I used to talk a bit of like, am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah,
John?
more or less.
Okay.
Shit. You want to say shit, right? Oh, hello. We've just got a vote. We just
Got
two votes. Two votes now.
I've spoken some shit in the past about like, especially when like I really wasn't a fan of Roger Federer.
Oh, really, Scott?
Yeah, in the past, I've kind of had some kind of, I was a little bit like, oh, he's just a little bit too, like pristine and stuff. And I used to kind of really, when Andy was kind of playing very well, but still, at number 4 in the world and stuff, I used to kind of say kind of outwardly that I didn't quite, I understand the people who were like, oh, there's no tennis without Roger, because like they're not really tennis fans, they're Roger Federer fans, and then when Roger Federer retires, they'll not have anything to do. But honestly, I will lie, like especially the last few years with Andy, like I've kind of understood those fans. I've definitely watched slightly less tennis as a result of Andy playing less. So I've kind of learned that way, that kind of eating my own words a wee bit. So
Scott,
yeah, for sure I'll still be watching when my boy goes.
Let's go for the opposite end of the sort of tennis spectrum, at least in terms of age. Are you a fan of Mira Andreeva, Scott?
Oh, for sure. You know what though?
I thought you might be. You know why? Because I think because Murray likes her and she likes Murray, and therefore there's no way that Scott is going to say, "Oh, I'm not a fan." Listen, before we express our thoughts, and I want Ashley and Nick as well to join this podcast, because so far they've just been listening to you and I. And
I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Like, I don't have to do anything. I could have a sit and chill time. It's like I've got talking tennis on my screen, like I do when I'm eating my dinner.
Let's listen to Mario sharing some of his thoughts on Mira Andreeva's win last night against Diane Parry even.
The match, as has showed us both the Andreevas, the one who has still something to improve, to work on, and fortunately so, because she's only 16, and also it has also shown us the Andreeva, which is an incredible fighter, which is very difficult to beat, even if you are 5-1 up and 15 love against her. She is still not out of the competition, and it's still great.
Let's go to Ashley. Ashley, what are your thoughts on Andreeva? Are we bigging her up too much, or is she as good as we all think she is?
Big. What does that mean? Bigging her up.
Are we going too strong on her? Are we going too strong on her?
I don't think we're too high on her. I think she, like I said, I think a couple streams ago, I don't remember. They all bleed together. Um, that I think she has a lot of tools into her game. That provide some building blocks for her to build upon in the future. And I think last night's match against Diane Perry, I think, I was at a basketball game, but I had my eye on the score. Um, I was very shocked to see that she had come back from 1-5 down, or 5-2, 1-5, 5-2 down.
I actually tweeted 5-2, but I was wrong. It was 5-1. Yeah,
5-1 down. It shows that she has a lot the mental strength to take on some really big challenges. I didn't see the last part of the match, and I caught a couple of the highlights. So there could be an argument for Diane Perry's form just wandering off or whatever. But I do think she has a good game. I don't think we're overhyping her. I think people are very good about the hype when it comes to Mira, which I know with young prodigies, it can be kind of like, are we hyping them up too much, or are we not hyping them up at all? It's like no middle ground, really. I think generally people are like, okay, she has what it takes, but let's take some time.
Nick?
Same question.
Just whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I think Andreeva has shown has shown a really good base level of tennis. She clearly has a very high floor in her game, as an FLOOR, not flawed.
Yeah.
And is very strong. I think a very strong overall round player. I obviously I don't see any huge strengths other than her mentality, her tennis IQ, and that's going to serve her well for her whole career, however long that lasts. So yeah, I think that I definitely won't be predicting her to win Grand Slams yet. I don't think that's going to happen until she's 19, 20. I'm expecting her career to follow a similar trajectory to Coco Gauff. It took Coco a few years to kind of develop and get to that point, and people will figure out what Andreeva's weaknesses are. I don't know what they obviously are at the minute, but they will eventually get found out. But right now, she's kind of riding the high of that sort of arrogance of youth. Even though she's probably not arrogant as a person, it's that sort of confidence that comes from, hey, yeah, why not? I can do it. First time for everything. And look, I think there's people rightfully bigging her up to make a first major quarterfinal. Do you know what? That win over Parry did remind me again with the Gauff comparison, because it's kind of inevitable at this point. Gauff had a similar kind of win against Polona Hercog at Wimbledon in 2019 after she beat Venus Williams and Rybarikova. And then almost last thing, she was match point down to Hercog at one point and did the same thing. Fighting spirit, kept going. Yeah, so I think if she stays fit and healthy, Mira Andreeva is a champion of the future. But I think I would caution anyone who's saying she's a champion right now.
Got it. Fair enough. What did I want to say? Ghosty's talking about Wimbledon. I don't quite understand the question because I think Ocean's allowed to play. I don't think
allowed to play last year, yeah, and Andreeva wasn't. Yeah, and like
I don't think it had any bearing. I mean, Wimbledon have got themselves so much in a mess over that, in my opinion. But whatever.
They decided to let people play way before Andreeva was a factor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I don't think it had anything. And I've shared my thoughts many times with Ghosty on the Russian ban at Wimbledon. I think it was silly. But there we go. Okay. What about you, Scott? Andreeva?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I would just echo what's all kind of already been said, but I mean, I think like whenever it comes to like this kind of thing, it's just like she's 16, you know, like how much analysis can any of us, you know, tennis fans, like none of us are like coaches or like, you know, actually kind of, you know, developing players, you know, from like the ground up. So like none of us really on that level know what we're talking about at this point in a player's career. So I don't know, like you can sit and kind of predict all sorts for her, but like the fact, she's not even like, she like 18, 19, 20-year-old, like maybe then we can be like, right, okay, what kind of player is she going to be? But like, she's literally 16. Like, she could literally, like, is she still studying? I don't know. Is she still at school? Like, obviously no, I guess. But it's just so far away from me to be able to actually make any kind of major kind of predictions for her. Obviously, Andy being a fan, it makes me more kind of optimistic about her future in the game. And it's nice to see how much kind of respect she has for my boy. But yeah, it's kind of a bit ridiculous. So yeah, I would happy to wait and see what becomes of her. Just jumps around.
John is clearly pausing for thought. Out of interest, what matches are we going to be having on in the background while we're chatting, and what matches are we going to be keeping an eye on? Because we've got 2 singles matches getting underway in about 10 minutes. One is Kalinskaya versus Stevens, and one is Navarro versus Yastremska. Paul versus Kecmanović will start in about an hour, or just over an hour, along with Zhong Qinwen against Wang Yifeng. Yes, United, Dave, John Silk from the Game to Love podcast, but we like to think of him as John Silk of Talking Tennis fame, for he is our founder, our overlord, if you will. But yeah, which match are you going to be putting on in the background whilst we're chatting today?
Ashley, you want to go first? What match are you going to be?
Blinkova versus Stevens. That's probably the match that I have on right now. Wait, did I misspeak? Kalinskaya. Sorry, I was looking at Blinkova. I think Google had them together, and I just blurred them the two. Yes, sorry.
I did that on Twitter earlier with Collins and Kasatkina.
Oh well. But yeah, that's probably the match, because I want to see. I just want Sloane to do well. It's hard being a Sloane fan. I love her down though. It's just hard sometimes. It's like, girl, please lock in, and she don't be locking in. So
I mean, she's won a slam though, Ash. I mean, that's the one thing I always look at these places. It's not like Ons, who never got over the.
John. But the time that she won a slam, I was still in high school. I'm about to graduate college.
You want them to be. You want these people to win titles. It's like somebody who like wants to watch England, and I'm sure it's not Scott, but win the World Cup. And if you're not old enough to remember them actually doing it in 1966, then you sort of feel cheated. Oh, by the way, just before we sort of start thinking about some of these games that are coming up, or matches, I should say, in tennis speak, just want to remind you all of just some of the amazing fun that we have on this show, where we laugh and we giggle and we joke. And we're just bloody cool. Nick, by the way, some people might be surprised to see him, but I'm wondering if he saw the late lineup change or late lineup introduction of Jethro and thought, I need to get in on some of that. Nick,
that's exactly what happened, John. That is exactly what happened, because let's face it, Jethro is the most elusive member of the team, and clearly he's clearly you're being a little bit more needy towards him, but or not, because clearly that's going to be the theme for the stream, and I think Ashley is going to be very sad that she's missing out on the opportunity.
Well, indeed. Talking of Ashley, I want to share this tweet.
Well, guess who's back in?
Yeah, you're back. But listen, Ashley, this has nothing to do with you. It was all about Nick. I wanted to go at Nick. It was just that I could have gone for Isabel, but you were on my mind, Ashley. So I just thought, well,
okay,
Ashley's
yeah, that's
out.
the excuse.
I could do a tweet today, you in, Jethro out, or you in, Bianca out, Although Bianca, I think, is going to join us later anyway. Listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go backstage and you guys can talk tennis.
Either that or we'll find someone we can just keep roasting Jethro. He's not used to doing himself this time.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk bad about somebody who's not here. If I'm going to roast you, I want to roast you in person.
I like you, Ashley, because that's a statement made of true honor.
Okay, all right.
Clearly, Nick. Nick is just like, let's roast him.
I've got the knife ready, aiming for the back. So,
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
So Kalinskaya Stevens. So that's what Ashley's going for. So obviously you're kind of rooting for Sloane to make the second week of a major. Second week of a hard court major. When was the last time she did that?
Beats me.
Okay.
Feels like an
I'll look it
eternity.
up. I will look it up because I did see it had been a while for Sloane. But I was very pleased to see her doing well. And the way she dealt with Kasatkina in quite a tight match, I thought was quite impressive.
Yeah. She like it's an interesting one because you do kind of because it has been so long since she won that US Open title. You're like, you have to keep reminding yourself that she has already done that to an extent. Like you're like, oh yeah, she has already kind of crossed that mark again. This is just to see if she can kind of repeat that. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how she does. Like John, so like I know we should probably like talk about the actual matches, but how many votes on number 6? This is rough. This is rough. I'm not bringing him up. We
already had 6 votes, Scott. If you text people, I'm sure you could turn it around.
I'll try and restrain myself.
Well, Novak's not playing today. Oh, wait.
I know. I'm dead.
So there's no need to.
I'm crushed by it. But I do want to kind of bring up what like John mentioned there about. I think he mentioned Ons there. Can I say like about Ons? Like can we talk about Ons briefly? Like,
yeah, go for it.
I need to ask, like, this you can talk about anything, Scott. Murray's got Australia final losses. Murray never playing Rafa in a slam final. Yeah, that's not going to happen again, is it? Well, that will never happen. Yeah, is Ons gonna win a major? I'm kind of doubting it now. Like, I'm really kind of her confidence after that Wimbledon final loss. Like, I don't know if I see it. Like, do we think she wins one? I don't know. What do you reckon? A question for anyone. Anyone can answer.
I'm letting Ashley go first if she wants.
Wow, why am I always going first? Okay. All right. The tricky thing about saying is somebody going to win a major after a poor stretch of form is that I was talking to somebody in the group chat about this, is that tennis is such a volatile sport and that anything could change and that she could find something or something can click for her and she does get over the hump. Right now, I mean, listen, I think she could still do something at like Wimbledon, maybe not another final again, but still be a threat lingering around or something like that. I think she could, but it has to be. There has to be some kind of change with her, how she approaches the mental side of tennis, if that makes sense.
I agree with you. I'm a bit more optimistic. Optimistic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang, I thought I was optimistic. That's crazy. All right.
I don't think she's going to win a slam on a hard court. I could see her winning the French if Iga had a bad year. But really her best chance is Wimbledon, so it does limit her.
You can see her winning the French. You reckon, right?
She nearly won Rome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And she won Madrid. So her game isn't bad on clay. So it's Wimbledon, but it's grass, obviously, where she comes alive. I think, to be honest, Ons is kind of the modern day Jana Novotná in terms of Wimbledon. Maybe that gives us hope that she will eventually win it. That's what I would like to happen. I think she could, depending on who her final opponent was, because the problem was the last couple of years when she has got to the Wimbledon final, she played Vondroušová, who was definitely on paper not as hard an opponent as who she'd just beaten, Rybakina and Sabalenka. And the year before that, Rybakina was a massive unknown factor. Ons was the on-paper favourite in both finals. If she plays a Wimbledon final against Rybakina or Sabalenka, where she's not the favorite, she's the underdog, I actually think she steps up and performs because she knows she has to work for it. She knows it's not on her racket. She has to get it done. And I think in that scenario, Ons might win it.
That's a reasonable assessment. No, fair. I was just curious because I just don't know. Like I think she almost like, you know, you hear all this talk about, you know, who wants it bad enough to kind of get over the line. I think for her, she needs to want it less, and then the pressure will come off in these finals. Because I think just when she's got to that point, like she's just like she's kind of just not like that Wimbledon final. She did not play well at all, like in my opinion. And it just kind of it kind of slipped away a wee bit. So I don't know what I kind of need to see from her. It's just been interesting. I don't know if she really kind of gave herself enough time after that Wimbledon final loss to kind of properly get over it. I think in a way maybe she still is. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I was just curious because I just find her such a fascinating kind of figure at the moment because she's, you know, for professional tennis, relatively late on in her career. She's 29, is that right? I think she is.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, she's been
29.
touted as talent for a few years, but like this is the last couple of years to be where she's finally put it together. A bit like Jessie Pegula.
Yeah.
Like
How does Jessie Pegula put it together though? Like, how she put it together?
Outside the slams.
Oh, my dear sister. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay. Best example I can come up with on the spot. But yeah, like similar to that, like two players who were like before they were 25 weren't factors. Ons, I think, was touted as I think she had some decent junior results. That was the key difference. But yeah, who knows? I tell you what, here's a question. Who do you think is going to be, if either of them do this? I'm saying it's obviously an if because, as Ashley said, tennis is a volatile sport and you never know when your opportunity is going to come. And these players may never have another opportunity again. Which of these players are more likely to win a major, Ons Jabeur or Karolina Muchova? Because Muchova's also had her heart break with just missing out on a major after having a very good run that could have won her it, similar to Ons.
I'm not going for so.
Okay. I guess after shit talk now, I kind of feel like I need to now back her. Like I didn't shit talk her. I just said that, you know, I didn't think that she would. I mean, yeah, like, or maybe I would agree with Ghosty in the comments. Neither brutal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like maybe Ons. Like, I don't know. Like, I think, yeah, like I would like to think that maybe she could. It's just, I don't know. I think what I would love to do, I would love to just do a kind of long form kind of journalistic article on Ons, or maybe I will at some point, just to kind of
do it.
Yeah, because I do just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what this says about me, but maybe it's because I have been an Andy Murray fan, and I do just love kind of, I don't know, I'm obsessed with people who come this close to winning something and then lose. I just like people struggling to get over the line. So I don't know. I'd love to be watching when she does finally get across it. So yeah, I mean, I'll back her. I'll say maybe she's more favorable to do. I would say. I don't know. What would your thoughts be? Right. I don't know.
I would say that of the two, I think the likeliest to happen is Ons because she's less likely to be injured.
Sure.
The Muchova, however, I think has more opportunities and might be more clutch if it came to it. And
what age is she?
Record. Sorry,
what age is she?
25.
Got more
24, 25, mid-20s. Yeah.
More
by the way, but I'm veering away from this conversation because it appears, Scott, that you're not as famous as we thought. Because Terry doesn't know who you are.
Terry,
who are you? Who is Scott?
Who is Scott? Oh my god!
Who is Scott Barkley?
This is I'm very happy to not be known. To be honest, I'll happily take that. A Djokovic super fan. Oh no, this is not looking good for me. just some Andy Murray guy. That's why I have my hair like this. Like it's kind of young Andy Murray style. Yeah, I'm an Andy Murray. I'm an Andy Murray guy. All these new people, where did they come from? Sorry, I'm the new face here, I suppose, because I have only been on a handful of talking tennis chats before. I think this
You've been on this channel a handful of times over the last couple of years.
I'm a handful, but I'm no Isabel or Jethro. Do you know what I mean?
Isabel's been on more than you have.
Oh, Isabel's been on loads. That's what I mean. Yeah, I know.
Jethro's probably starting to get to the point where it's about as frequent as you.
Yeah. Jethro, I feel like Jethro went through a phase of being on loads. No,
he was. I will say that. I can't. He was on in November. He covered Djokovic Sinner in the ATP finals clash in the round robin.
Yeah, he's going through for good.
You see, Kirit's plugging your
podcast. Oh yeah, shout out. There we go. I'll take that. Yeah, go. I mean, I always think it's very ironic that we started Murray Musings in 2020. Wait, years after Andy was ever world number one in the world.
Could you imagine if you'd started Murray Musings in 2005?
Nick, let me tell you, I dream of that. There's a Novak Djokovic themed podcast these days, which I do not run. I do not run that. But they've started it like towards, I suppose, the tail end of Novak's career. But he's world number one in the world, so they're getting like tons of content out of him. I don't know. Maybe this is the time somebody can start a podcast about. I don't know. I think there is an Iga podcast and a Carlos.
The Iga and Carlos show, yes, which is run by Damien and Vance, who are obviously regulars on the channel.
Yes. They've done smart. That's business thinking. Pick two young players who are successful and who are going to be successful for years. They've hit the money with that, and that's what you need to be doing, rather than us when the players semi-retired already. Start a podcast. Never mind. If you do want to listen to just Andy Murray chit chat about nonsense, then there you go.
It is one of the best tennis podcasts I can listen to.
Well,
it is, because like everyone else takes it way too seriously.
I mean, I would say it's the most unprofessional professional tennis podcast around. So if you're just looking for just nonsense chit chat, then yeah, come and listen to us. But he's not in the tournament now, so I don't know when we'll record our next.
When do we know when he's next going to play?
I feel like I should know, but
is he playing Montpellier?
Let's hope, Nick. Let's hope. At this point, honestly, it is at the point with Andy Murray where it's like, if he loses early, is he just going to announce it? Is he just going to drop a bombshell? I think he could. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what his plans are. He'll probably change it a few times, but never mind.
Oh yeah, Andy Murray's under no obligation to tell us any of his plans.
Certainly not at all.
But however, we are probably under obligation to tell the viewers what our plans are. Let's be honest. So obviously Ashley's got Sloane Stephens versus Anna Kalinskaya on her screen. I have gone with Emma Navarro versus Diana Yastremska. Two reasons for that. One, may as well get both matches covered. Two, I have gone big on Emma Navarro this tournament, and I've not actually watched her play, so I should probably do that. I've literally just gone off her results. So
how are you going to rate somebody you ain't never seen?
I just go off what their results are. I mean, I heard this. I mean, you know what? I heard this Novak Djokovic guy's quite good. I haven't watched many of his matches.
See, that was a dig. That was a dig. Okay.
I should have gone with Carlos Alcaraz.
I don't know who that guy is. I've only heard of Alcatraz, but you know.
For what it's worth, I'm not sure I said what match I'm tuning into. I've also went with Sloane.
Is that liquor? Is that beer?
I mean, you could put the doubles match on. I think Glasspool and Rogers playing on the 1573 arena if you wanted to put some doubles.
Is that Lloyd Glasspool?
Yeah, Lloyd Glasspool is.
No, I could tell you a thing about Lloyd Glasspool. I could.
Not on Not on live stream. Okay, tell us afterwards.
Yeah, sure. I got
yeah.
blocked by him. I got blocked by him on Twitter a few years back, but we won't talk about it.
Is Navarro even of age to drink? That's well, in other countries,
Yes,
that's
21.
That's crazy. That is insane. There's no way she's 21. That's insane. But okay.
Sure she is. Hang on, let me check. Emma Navarro. Oh, look, she's a recent Google search for me. 22. 22.
22.
Yeah, she's turning 23 in May.
That's okay. Wow, that's crazy.
Love how she's just casually drinking beer. Fair play.
Hey, look, it's like the days. Do you know what? I've had some great stories involving tennis players and alcohol. I've heard that, yeah, like more from the past than modern day, but like Suzanne Lenglen, the French player from the 1920s, used to sip cognac on the change of ends, which is mental. And actually, like, they had the one time she went over to the States to play, they had to like break prohibition laws to get her to come. A bit like, you know, a country potentially relaxing its vaccination rules for a certain player. But anyway, and then the only other story I could think of is I heard this on AO radio when I was at work. Apparently, John Newcombe got to the final of the Australian Open one year. And the interviewer came on court to talk to him, and he'd got his head under a towel. Interviewer lifted up the towel, realized that it was probably not a good idea to talk to him because he was punch drunk. And he just won a Grand Slam semi-final.
Honestly, entirely valid. I feel like it can kind of loosen you up, no? Just having a swift, you know, bit of injecting alcohol into your system. Here we go. George W. Bush.
I just don't. I mean, like, yes, it could loosen you up. I'm thinking about drinking alcohol in the Australian heat. That's going to just dehydrate.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. No, that would be terrible. That would be terrible.
Like from a survival perspective. Like, sure, like I have a drink before playing a game of tennis in like the English autumn.
Sure.
Warm me up.
No, valid.
Wait, what's your go-to pre-tennis drink though?
Water.
No, but like if you were to have a drink in the autumn before, like, you know, you're playing tennis with somebody, obviously it's water. Like, I know you drink water on court, but I'm like, oh, you know, you want to play games or you want to play tennis with the buddies, and you're like, oh, let's grab a drink. What you drink? Are you a beer guy? Are you an IPA guy? Are you a mixed drink guy? Cocktail?
I'm a cider guy.
Oh, cider. Well,
But
that explains a lot.
Cider's different to American cider.
Okay, that explains a lot.
What, like, really?
Is that apple cider or is it like
Usually apples. Sometimes I'll treat myself to something fruity. But
okay.
Is apple not a fruit?
Not to be cider either.
Is apple not a fruit?
Well,
Yeah, but sometimes they have berries in it.
Okay, I was like, I mean, I'm not the smartest person in the room, but the last time I checked, apples are fruits.
And that's what you would normally make cider from. But like, there's a range of ciders that you can get, usually European, that are that have like berries in and whatnot. Like, this is what I mean. Like, English cider is sweeter than American cider.
Interesting. Well, I am a tequila kind of gal. Anything with tequila in it.
Shot of tequila before going out on court. Why not?
Listen, you think I won't knock down some Don Julio? Like, no, but like mainly my go-to drink is like a nice little margarita.
If you're joining us and wondering why we're talking about pre-tennis drinks, it's because we've just seen a photo of Emma Navarro potentially sipping a beer before coming out on court, or a bottle that looks very like a beer bottle. What it actually
surely it wasn't, right? Surely it wasn't.
That's got to be a Corona. That was like Corona, like,
yeah.
Which, if that's a Corona, ew, like, that's disgusting. But also, I just don't like beer. But you know.
What about you, Scott? What would you be going for? I mean, Scottish
Yeah, I'm a
fans,
cider.
not
I'm a cider fan myself. I'm currently like I'm currently drinking an old mout. Old mout.
Oh, that's a good. Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but if they do want to reach out to us, I'm sure John wouldn't turn you down. Old mout cider, which is yeah, berries and cherries flavor, which yeah, it's quite nice. I mean, I only really got this because I got like I created them on like New Year's Eve, because Copperberg was all gone. So yeah,
It's a good
yeah, it's an easy drink. It's an easy drink. I've kind of just been enjoying kind of berry flavor, like stuff that just tastes like fruit juice, just with a bit of alcohol in it, which is nice.
That's why I drink cider.
Yeah, I'm a beer fan as well. I do have some Budweiser in the fridge, but oh my god, I'm not a fan of Budweiser.
Why do you have it in the fridge?
Because I sometimes you get things in your possession that you have an idea that you're like, you know what, I might enjoy that at some point, and then you have a sip of it, and you're like, nah, I
I don't
won't.
think anyone has ever said that about Budweiser.
Yes, I have heard. Yeah, I've heard that. I think it's the smell of Budweiser that really just, like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Budweiser are never sponsoring us, but Alt Map cider are welcome.
That's a good thing. That's a blessing. That is truly a blessing. Also, I love how by alcohol content, I am the hardest drinker because I said I like tequila.
Okay, you are the harder drinker than the Scotsman, and that's saying something.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if I want that to be my reputation because I don't be drinking that much. But if I do, I'm like, yeah, pop open a bottle of tequila and let's make some margaritas.
although I'm definitely, am I the only person actually drinking currently on stream? So maybe I am kind of.
I mean, I've just had a cup of tea. I mean, I had a drink before stream, but not during. I don't tend to drink during stream.
Oh yeah, more professional, more professionally.
Let's do it. I mean, look, I was sipping a cup of tea earlier, so that's
Like a true Englishman.
Frequently sipping
that is
water.
proper English.
Very proper English. Next thing you know, Nick is going to come up here with a full English breakfast with like the black pudding and the beans and everything. And
maybe in about 8 hours. Maybe for when I get up to watch Iga.
Okay.
What time is Iga playing at?
Too damn early.
First night match on Laver.
Oh, so what like it's
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Okay, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
nice.
it's like 1 o'clock in the morning for me.
So my plan is to sit and do some stream with you guys for a bit, probably check out just before 1 a.m. Then go to bed, sleep. My alarm will wake me up for Iga.
Very valid, very fair. That's a reasonable plan, to be honest.
I mean, I would love to be able to stay up all night, but I am unfortunately I don't stay up at night, but I am unfortunately committed to a few things tomorrow that would require me to be semi-alert. So
out here partying. That's crazy.
Sort of partying, yeah. I'm seeing some different friends throughout the day for one reason or other. I'm helping one friend practice driving.
Okay.
So I definitely need to be awake for that.
All right.
Legally speaking, I'm going to a friend's baby shower.
Okay.
And then I've got some other people coming around to play some games in the evening. So yeah, I'm going to.
What kind of games? What kind of games?
Oh, my kind of games.
Okay. All right. Is this like a D&D night?
I'm going to unleash my inner nerd. I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. I love how you said inner nerd. I love how he was like, I'm doing such a great job hiding the fact that I'm a nerd.
I think I'm a tennis nerd and open about that, but I'm not necessarily open about how.
I was going to say, I mean, like all three of us are sitting on a YouTube tennis.
I've never said that I wasn't a nerd. Let me be very clear. I am I have never beat a single nerd allegation a day in my life. I used to have 4.0 GPA. So
I tell you what, we're getting big points happening in both matches because Diana Yastremska's just broken Emma Navarro, so she's already a break-up to love. And Kalinskaya's at love 30 on the Stevens serve.
Oh, she's actually at 15:30.
Yeah. Scott, you haven't been here since like the Stone Ages. But this entire like tournament, Nicholas has been behind. So
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
watching. That's why I'm watching. That's another reason why I'm watching a different match to you, Ashley, because then I don't have to worry about being miles behind.
that's a fair decision to make. Stevens has brought it back to 30 all now. So she's fighting hard. She's fighting hard. She did actually look the better player in the first 2 games as well, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see.
Tell you what, Kalinskaya's been really tearing it up recently. I will say that because she started the year pretty strongly. She's only lost the 2 matches. Like obviously, she's played Brisbane and Adelaide, and she's lost both. But Brisbane, she lost to Azarenka 6-1, 7-6 in what John called set of the year at the time, on the 2nd of January, with a 10-8 in the second set tiebreak. And actually, she kind of refused to lose. And then she lost to Kasatkina in Adelaide last 16 in 3 sets, having beaten Krejcikova the round before. And then obviously she's got here by beating Volinets and Arantxa Rus, who was in decent form. So I think Kalinskaya has gotten the year off to a pretty good start for her, and in terms of what you'd expect.
Oh,
And do you?
ball, dear God.
Yeah, that was fun.
Sloan held, by the way.
She did. You predict her to make a run here, then, Nick?
I did.
She's
I thought she might lose to Arantxa Rus in round 2, but you know, I think now the draw's kind of fallen apart as it has. I think Kalinskaya Stevens could go either way, to be honest. I don't think that Kalinskaya would get either of them gets past the 4th round. Who would they be playing the 4th round? Maybe actually, who would they be playing the 4th round? Let's look it up.
Did you just predict Sloan to
Sloan? That's crazy.
Yeah, did you just predict Sloan to go out in the 4th round if she wins this match? Is that
either of them? Yeah. Sloan's not been in the 4th round of a non-Roland Garros slam since the 2019 Australian Open. By the way, that was the thing I was trying to look up before. So winner of this would play either Blinkova or Paolini. So actually, yeah, she could make the quarters. Actually, whoever wins this, but I'm backing Paolini to do it.
And maybe if you were watching this match, you'd be thinking differently because Stevens hitting some absolute crushing winners right now. Can we talk briefly, since we're still early stages, and Nick, you've just brought her up because you're getting up to watch her. What was your thoughts on Iga almost exiting the tournament?
I mean, wow. I genuinely watched that match on catch up, and I looked at how much longer was left on the match in terms of like time at 4-1 in the 3rd set, and I was like, oh, Iga's done. She's probably going to lose another break. It's going to be a disaster. And then she turned it around, and I was like, wow, that's champion mentality of coming back from a breakdown. Yeah, Collins kind of took the foot off the gas a little bit, but you know, Iga said her head was in the airport. So
yes.
I think I really enjoyed that match. I thought it was a really good match, and I now have gone away feeling very positive about Iga's ability to live with big hitters. So we'll see how that runs to Linda Noskova, who is also a big hitter. I don't think I think I'm going to be nervous before every single Iga match in the draw, to be honest, until maybe it depends on whether Ostapenko gets the quarterfinals or not.
Ostapenko's still in this tournament.
She's playing Azarenka at about 4 a.m. our time.
I would love to still be awake at that, but similar to Nick, I'll be heading off at like 1:30 because I'm so tired. But good Lord, I'm sad that I'll be missing that match because that could be great. That could be a great match.
Given the drama those two had in Adelaide, it was Brisbane. It was Brisbane. Yeah, that's going to be a fun rematch. A bit like with the Ostapenko Tomjanovic rematch that happened around earlier. But yeah, that is going to be a good one.
It will be Penko's first win over Azarenka.
Oh, is it?
What's their head-to-head right now?
0-3.
Damn. That would be impressive. Azarenka, like, is she like she seems to have found a little bit of form on and off the last like year, but then just hasn't again. No, are we not? We're not feeling a kind of.
It's
anything in-
Australia. I mean, hasn't Victoria historically? I mean, she has 2 Australian Opens, but
Semi-finals last year.
so
as well.
she just really, I think she just really likes Australia. That's what I'm kind of chalking it up to.
She likes the hard courts. Yeah, I think.
Well, yes, she
Other
does
than-
like the hard course. I mean, she did go to back-to-back U.S. Open finals. I need to give her credit for that.
So I mean, like, to be one set away from a US Open title 3 times that's almost Murray-esque. Probably
Dang,
worse.
that was a stray.
Actually,
that
worse
was,
than Murray, to be honest.
that was unprovoked.
Well, that's it. I'm fired.
That's crazy. That's something I would say. That's crazy. But
Hey,
you're not
look,
wrong because
My filter gets turned off at 26 past midnight.
That's fair. That's reasonable. I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. Nick. It's fine.
I mean, to be fair, you kind of have to because it's kind of true. So
Yeah.
Actually, I think we're both fired from popcorn.
I've just been catching strays. Just strays on strays on strays. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
You'll be
You
all
know,
right.
Running away with
I've
this
actually
opening.
genuinely thought, like, what am I going to do? Like, when, like, is Andy Murray, is he going to retire at Wimbledon? Is that what's going to happen?
I wouldn't rule it out. But he's
Well,
talking.
Is that what's going to happen?
probably. I mean, I'm of the camp that he probably should have retired. He should have been retired by now, given like his hip and everything. But I know that hurts. I know that hurts. Listen,
Yeah, but he
I'm
did
the same way
stubborn-
with Rafa. I'm like, brother, just
Is Rafa, are both of them
Spot.
going to, are both of them
And-
going to retire this year? Is that what's going to happen?
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Rafa's gone. I've come to terms with like that happening. I'd be very surprised if he steps on a court in 2025.
That's right. Do you think he's already told Roger?
Ooh, that's a
reckon,
great
yeah.
question.
I think he's told Roger.
Probably.
I think he's told Roger when they were
I think he probably has.
when they've had their wee meetup the other week when he came over to the academy, right? That's what happened. All the Fedal fans were loving that.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon he's told Roger that's what's happened. Anyways, sorry, we're talking about the men while the women are playing. This is very
Yeah, there are no men's matches right now, not until 1 o'clock in the morning our time, sort of 12 midnight, midday Australia time. And that's when we'll get Tommy Paul against Miomir Kecmanović underway, which those who are probably seasoned tennis fans will probably look forward to that one. I mean, Kecmanović is a player that gets himself involved in decent matches, even though he's not necessarily had the same kind of results as Tommy Paul has in terms of like titles and deep runs in big events. Miami 2022 accepted. Yeah, I think most people would back that to be an interesting watch potentially if both are on, although Kecmanović has to battle his way here, I think, as has Tommy Paul.
I'm sorry, I was just looking at Rafa's hair and I'm just thinking about the days where he actually had hair and it didn't look like somebody took like a sponge and just ripped it apart and then placed it on top of his head.
But he got a hair transplant, right? He definitely
I thought that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, he did. But like, did it fail? Is that what happened?
I
Like,
remember his hair was looking pretty decent back in 2019, and I don't know what happened in 2020.
If he had a failed hair transplant, do you think he'd tell anyone about it?
I mean,
but there was a photo going around where he like shaved his head really quite short, and like he had one done. Like he'd had one done.
Yeah, this was like 2017, like
2017.
Australian Open, where he had like the fade kind of on the side.
That's right.
That's when it's rumored that it's happened.
Yeah, and then like the next year, his hair was definitely looking better, but it's just kind of fallen off again. Talking about hair transplants as well. Has Dimitrov had one? Dimitrov has had one. Yeah, I think he's had one.
I don't look at Dimitrov's hair.
Well, that's because it's impossible, because he's been wearing a hat, and that hat has been glued to his head, like to the extent that like he was giving his trophy presentation in Brisbane with the hat on. He was doing the photos afterwards with the hat on. He has not removed that hat. He has had a hair transplant. He has had a hair transplant. Sorry.
Well, Miss Sloan has to defend a break point. Oh, dear.
This is true. Yeah, sorry. Back to the actual.
Oh.
I mean, no, we can do this. I mean, like it's we're allowed to go on tangents here. We're talking tennis. Yeah, whatever. As
we're talking here.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got Navarro trying to get one of the breaks back. She's already fallen off down to the Yastremska, but she's put a backhand slice into the net on break point down. What's gone wrong on your side, Ashley?
Well, Sloan has had this is a loose game from Sloan, a couple of errors, but she just fended off the break point. So we're at deuce. She's had a couple of errors in this game. A couple of the forehands that she was kind of like clipping the line with earlier in the set, those kind of went long during this game. So
she's been playing well though.
Yeah, she's been playing well. Just a couple of errors are sneaking in this game. You know,
she's got a game point. So
yeah, she got game points. So a couple of clutch serves, a really good second serve, good first serve on that deuce point.
Got break point again in my matches. Navarro's hit a great passing shot pass for set up break point. Great set from Yastremska, who then finished off with a +1 forehand. That's a determined backhand up the line from Navarro that passes, and she gets one of the breaks back. 4-1 change of ends. You were talking about Dimitrov. He's actually playing today. He's going to be playing not before 4:30 a.m. UK time. And he's playing Nuno Borges, who is one of two players, the other being Yannick Sinner, who hasn't dropped a set yet this tournament.
Miss Sloan escaped. Phew. Okay. All right.
She played damn well. She played damn well to get out of that.
Yeah.
That big, massive, long rally to hold there as well. Very, very well played. Dimitrov, yeah. What a he's done well. I'm kind of on board with him. You know, if he managed to win a major, if he managed to win this tournament, I'd be on board with that. I'd be here for that.
So would I.
I think I'd be here.
So would I, for sure. I would love to see Dimitrov get that slam and prove everyone wrong who's kind of said, "Oh, he's not got it in him after all."
I mean, it's not happening, but like I would love to see it.
Okay. Do you think he can at least beat Medvedev? Because I think that.
Oh,
damn.
I mean, I didn't think that before the tournament. Because I put Medvedev in my final pre-tournament, but looking at how he's progressed through the draw, he's kind of scraped his way through. I mean, actually, that's just assuming that Medvedev beats Felix tonight. They're playing first on Margaret Court evening session.
That's a great match as well. Oh my god, got some good.
I doubted my boy Felix, Mr. FAA. But he's shown up this tournament. He's done a good bit of. Not a good bit of damage. I don't want to use that term, but he's shown some prowess this tournament and some improvement.
He's played better than most of us were expecting. He's had a bit of a slump, and he pulled out of all his United Cup singles matches. So I was concerned he was injured, but he did well to beat Team, and he got the job done in round 2. I forgot who he was playing. Do you think he's got a good chance of finally getting a win against Medvedev, because his head-to-head is 6-0 to Medvedev?
Oh my god!
Oh Jesus! Defense.
That is painful.
I think he has a chance against Medvedev, and here's why. Once again, this is not really great technical analysis. I am just a professional journalist. It's not really a professional.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Somebody pointed it out to me today. I think it was Ranch, actually. His serve and volley has been kind of wonky. His serve has been kind of wonky this tournament, I think it was, he said. And if Felix can try to maybe disrupt his rhythm, I think there's a window there. I don't know how long Daniil's spent on court, nor do I know how long Felix has spent on court. but that can also play a factor. Legs are heavy and everything. So I do think there's an opportunity for him to get his first win against Medvedev. It really honestly depends on what Felix comes out with. Honestly, if he comes out with the form that he's had, then upset watch.
He did have match point to get. He did have a match point against Medvedev on the Medvedev serve 2 years ago in Australia in the quarterfinal.
Ooh, yeah, that is the lure.
2 years ago, was
Yeah,
that when
2022 quarterfinal?
Was that when he reached the final?
Yeah, Medvedev was 2 sets to love down against Felix, and then was match point down on his serve in the service game. That was Felix's only match point, but then Medvedev turned it around and got to the final.
Yeah, I remember that match. That was kind of embarrassing from Felix, not gonna lie. But you know, it's okay. We all live and we learn.
Hey,
Also,
look,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Did we avoid a Felix? We avoided a Felix Rafa final. I don't know what that would have done for your heart, Ashley.
I'm not a Felix fan. Well, I don't want to say I'm not a Felix fan. He's not like, I like his game, but I'm not like hardcore behind him. I would have still cheered for Rafa. That wouldn't have stressed me. Not as much as Daniil and Rafa did.
No.
I vividly remember, like, okay, so that's 2022. I was still sports editor at the student newspaper at the time, and I had gone to the men's basketball game. And for some reason, my brain thought that the match was coming on at like midnight. And so I had like stayed up, and then it was getting close to midnight, and I'm like, Sports Center is still on. Okay. So I Googled the time, and it was like, oh, this is not coming on until 3:00 in the morning. And so I was like, well, guess I'm pulling an all-nighter. Pulled an all-nighter. And got to the final. I'm like literally falling asleep. And I'm like, go Rafa, vamos Rafa. I barely remember the 2.5 sets that I saw. It was like, I think it was 4-3 Daniil, and I had shut the laptop down, and I was like, whatever happens, I'm at peace. I'm going to bed. I woke up to Rafa winning. So the key was me going to sleep and not stressing anymore.
So you got a nice surprise when you woke up.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I literally leapt out of bed when I saw the result on Twitter. Like, ran to my laptop, checked it to see if it was reality, and it was actually reality, which is insane to me. So
Felix is catching some brutal sledging in these comments.
Only from Ghosty. Ghosty. I mean, Ghosty definitely has his players.
Isn't Ghosty the resident FAA hater?
Yeah, it kind of seems to be.
I feel like I remember Ghosty saying that he does not like Felix's game, which is interesting to me. But you know, to each his own. I mean, you know, I'm not a big Felix fan either, but like, I ain't got no beef with the guy. I just hope he gets a better fade this year. You know, that fade last year was terrible, Scott, and you know it.
So hard.
That fade was terrible. I'm like, you are setting back the movement, Felix, about like 10 years with that fade.
You know the one thing I really love about Felix, and this is some proper tennis analysis from me here. You know how the players come up at the Masters 1000s when they win a match, and they come up and they sign their autograph on the camera. Yeah, well, they do it at the slams as well. They do it at the majors as well. I remember Felix did one, right? And his autograph was great. Like, it was fantastic. Like it was like he did the F, right? And like the A were in the F. And I've never been able to find it since. And it was genius. I remember watching that video over and over again. And I was like, that's brilliant. Like, that's already
my initials. I do like an A and a W, and I circle it around so the A and the W are kind of connected.
Oh, you see, that's smooth. That's smooth. I love when people do that. I just remember watching that video on repeat. I was like, that's so smooth. And I've just never been able to find it since. And I've never seen him sign like that. So there's Google searches in my Google search history. Felix A, autograph signing, and I've just never found it.
I bet you some random Felix superfan has that video saved in their Twitter profile, and it's just going to one day go viral
Right.
again.
Yeah, well, if somebody puts this, I'd love somebody to send me that. I'd love somebody to send me that because it was.
Scott, just go on Twitter, find Felix
I did.
fam, see what
I
they can
did.
do.
Well, I was searching on Twitter, still. Well, anyway, that's just
Yes,
brief
that
side
was
note.
a great rally.
Terry's reminding us about there is actual tennis happening. Kalinskaya looks like she's trying to. I mean, I'm judging by the score here, not by my screen, but it looks like Kalinskaya is trying to hold on here in this game.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind Google, but now, which is interesting, but I'm at advantage, Kalinskaya.
Yeah. That is also what I'm at here. And she did hold. Stevens had 2 break points.
Yeah, she did. She kind of blew him away, but
she did.
they'll
Bear
be
with
out
me.
soon.
I'm gonna get some cheesy Watsons.
Good plan. Proper tennis snacking there.
Cheesy what now?
Cheesy Watsits. Like Cheeto. I don't know. Actually, I've never had Cheetos. I don't know, but like really soft.
You've never had Cheetos?
No, I don't think they have them in the UK.
Oh. Oh man, that's so sad.
Hang on. Let me just Google them. See if I've got it. See if I've Cheetos. Yeah.
Have you had?
Oh yeah. No. Watsits are basically Cheetos, but they're not curly.
Okay, so you've had a Cheeto. You just had a knockoff Cheeto.
More or less.
Yeah,
the British version.
The British.
Yeah, British version. Yeah. On my screen, I've got Emma Navarro trying to come back in this set 2-5, 30-15, and yeah, Yastremska's just like bludgeoned a backhand at her though that she can't live with. It's 30-on. Yastremska's 2 points away from this first set, which is not how I saw it was
Why did he
going.
got the Cheeto all up in the camera like that? Like, what is her the cheesy Watsits? Like,
yeah, I was just Scott, you've been to the States, right?
Sue, yeah.
Yeah, right. Am I right in thinking that Watsits are basically the same thing as Cheetos?
Oh, they are, yeah.
yeah, they look like the Cheeto Puffs. Like, they're not so there's the thin Cheeto, and then there's the puff Cheeto, and that's what that looks like.
Yeah,
So that's what it is. Yeah,
fluorescent orange. So.
These aren't actually the cheesy ones, though. These are the flame ones, so they're a bit spicy.
That should help you stay awake.
Yes. Anyway, sorry, I should be watching the tennis.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, I'm currently going to get Navarro's struggling to hold serve to stop Yastremska from winning this set 6-2. Stevens, I'm assuming is
up 30-15. Well, now 40-15. Pretty easy service game for her.
I tell you what, I'm looking at the match schedule for today. So I'll read it off because obviously everyone's going, oh, when's this person playing? When's this person playing? And then when I've read it off, you guys tell me which match or matches you are most looking forward to, or at least most interested in seeing what the outcome of is actually trying to watch. So Rod Laver Arena day session is Zhang Qinwen, which starts in about 15 minutes against Wang Yifeng. And then Jerry Shang is taking on Carlos Alcaraz. Day session on Margaret Court starts with Tommy Paul against Miomir Kecmanović, followed by not before 3 a.m. GMT, Ostapenko versus Azarenka. John Cain Arena is where we've got Navarro versus Yastremska, which will be followed by Umber versus Hurkacz, and then Norrie versus Rude at 6 a.m. British time. On the Kia Arena, it'll be Kalinskaya after Kalinskaya versus Stevens, is Blinkova versus Paolini, then a doubles match, and then Dimitrov versus Borges. Night sessions, Rod Laver Arena is Iga Swiatek versus Linda Noskova, followed by Alex Zverev versus Alex Mickelson. And then Margaret Court Arena, night session, Felix Auger-Aliassime against Daniil Medvedev, followed by Elena Svitolina versus Victoria Golubic.
Margaret Court is clearing right now. Margaret Court is putting up some numbers because, I mean, I would buy a night ticket for Iga. I mean, I'm probably gonna leave at the Iga match though. If I'm being honest.
But she's at Rod Laver.
Yeah, I would buy the Rod Laver night ticket. That's what I'm saying. But
you'd pick watching the Iga match over the Felix match?
Well, not really. But if I had a choice,
I suppose, yeah. No, I get where you're going from. Yeah.
Like me personally, I I would probably buy the day ticket for Margaret Court. I like smaller arenas. Like I went to the U.S. Open in 2022, and Ash is cool. Let me be very clear. That stadium is gorgeous. It's really fun to watch tennis in, but something about Louis Armstrong, it just really hits.
No, I see what you mean. I know what you mean.
So,
I feel
also
like
Grand
Ash-
Slam is really fun.
I feel like Ash is too big though, right?
Ash
Yeah,
is a little. It's very big. I feel like I think we were 200 level. Once you get above that, I don't know how you can enjoy the tennis from up there. But honestly, if I could just be in the 300 level for a U.S. Open men's final or a women's final match, sign me up. I'll just walk around.
I've got set point here for Navarro versus Yastremska. Navarro's got a second serve, set point down, serves out wide, huge backhand return from Yastremska. Navarro just about gets it back in play, but Yastremska's bludgeoning her with huge ground strokes. Navarro's defense keeping it just about in the point. Yastremska's going to try and come in, hits another big forehand to Navarro. Yastremska's going to finish, and then Navarro's going to come and hit the drop shot. Can't control it because it was dropping too low, and Yastremska gets the first set 6-2. And Terry, you were absolutely right. I forgot two other matches because on court 3, Ocean Dodan is taking on Clara Burrell, and Arthur Kasul is taking on Talon Hickspor.
Can we talk?
For 4-3, but Kalinskaya is up 30-love in her serve game. So,
Is there anybody who is super looking forward to Cameron Norrie versus Casper Ruud?
I kind of am. Like,
are you a Cam Norrie hater, Scott?
No, I'm just like kind of like I'm not a huge Cam Norrie fan, right? He's fine, but then Casper Ruud just like nobody's super excited for that match, are they? Come on, like nobody's.
Well, I don't find anything interesting about Cam Norrie's game.
Exactly.
Or Casper Ruud's game. Like I ain't got no beef with him for real. I will, however, support anybody that went to college. TCU, go Horned Frogs or whatever. Also, I'm very jealous that Scott was at the 2019 U.S. Open men's final. Shame. That's crazy. But I'll get there one day. Don't know what day that is.
Scott got shade from Casper in the presser. I don't know if I did, to be honest. Like everyone says he shaded me. I don't know if I did. I don't know if he did.
Casper shade anyone?
Was he talking about me and what he said? I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I don't know if it was that one. It might have been something else. I think it might have been something. I can't remember the exact details. I don't know if it's the same press conference I then wrote a popcorn article about. But let's try and make up for it. Costell's rooting for Kalinskaya by the look of it. But yeah, I am not a fan of either player. I mean, there was a period of my life where I thought Casper Ruud was overrated. And then I backed down on it. But
because he's a little bit overrated, Nick.
But Norrie, I think it's an interesting match. I think that one is I don't think that's gonna be a straight set win either way. And so from a competitive match standpoint, I think Norrie Ruud will be interesting. If it's not your style of tennis, can see why. Because yeah, I do agree. Like I wouldn't watch either of them for how they play tennis.
Like if you have a ticket, right, and you see you're getting Casper Cameron Norrie, you're not like, oh yeah. Do you know what I mean? You're kind of like, all right. Yeah. You're not like, oh yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's my point.
Oh, Terry also thinks Ruud is overrated. So
easy.
Can we get some balance here? Does anyone not think Casper Ruud is overrated?
I don't think Casper Ruud is overrated.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, but actually, he's not winning a major, is he? He's not winning a major.
Yeah, no. From what I have seen, well, I just say I don't want to say that. I don't.
He's not. Come on now.
I think
if he does it anywhere, it has to maybe be on clay and not be against Rafa.
Exactly. So my point is, right? Can you imagine that, like, somebody vote for me? Oh, thank you. There we go. Whoever the one of the 13 was that voted me.
That's probably your mom, Scott. She logged onto her YouTube account.
Shout out to Liz Barkley voting for me on Talking Tennis. So my point is, so you say, oh yeah, Ruud's gonna maybe win the French, right? So like my point is, like, are we really, like, I just can't get over the fact that like you're really gonna go from all these years of Rafa, you know, then you've got like Novak picking up a few, and then okay, yeah, Wawrinka got a title as well, but like he's got 3, and then we're gonna get Casper Ruud. Is that really the way that we're going? Like Casper Ruud.
I mean, to be fair, no one's ever going to dominate a venue like Rafa has done with Roland Garros. Like,
point here on the Kia Arena, as Navarro's got had love 40, but Yastremska hits this magnificent running backhand back behind Kalinskaya, back behind.
Sloane's doing that thing again where she doesn't move her feet.
That set's turning around. We were talking about Sloane potentially winning that one there.
Oh
yes, we are. Yeah, sorry, I've just tuned back in after my phone died.
Yeah, so
2 break points.
She's taking a little bit of a break here, you know, trying to reset herself. But yeah, Sloane's doing that thing again where she tries to use her power, like a natural power, to hit through the ball, to hit through her opponent, and not moving her feet. And it's just, come on, Sloane, move your feet, please.
Kalinskaya's not Kalinskaya. Yastremska. I'm really tired. Yastremska has just put a forehand into the net. Navarro's got the early break in the second set, and I do feel like this has got set down, comeback written over on it all over this match.
Oh, you think so? Wow, early call in the second set.
First break point save.
Just judging by how fast it ended. Sorry, Ashley.
Oh my God, Jack Sock does have a Masters title. That's so crazy. That's the 2017 one he won, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It was in Paris. Did he win one in Paris?
Yeah, Paris 2017.
Yeah. Yes, it was Paris 2017. Because I vividly remember a picture of him with that ugly behind trophy. I hate that trophy. She's just saved both break points. Good stuff from Sloane. Good stuff from Sloane.
Is the Paris trophy worse than the Madrid trophy?
Oh, that's a great question.
I quite like the Paris trophy. The Paris trophy's got a little charm to it for me.
If someone handed me the Paris trophy and the Madrid trophy and told me to pick which one I would want to keep, I would probably lean towards Paris, simply because I can do some funky stuff with it during Christmas.
Well,
with little ornaments on it and some lights. There you go. Christmas tree. The Madrid trophies have been quite ugly.
They have. What's the tournament that I saw highlighted earlier this year with the trophy that was is Sloane going to hold here? Yes, she does with a huge forehand.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
It was good. There was a trophy earlier this year that, like, the trophy was made out of the shape of the match point rally. Do you remember this?
No.
Oh, it's a story. I think Bastian on tennis Twitter, on Twitter, Bastian Fakan, is that right? I think Fashion maybe. Who is like tennis TV social media guy. He posted a thread on it when it happened, and this was earlier this year. The trophy is done like out of a laser image of the shape that the match point rally happened in.
That's kind of cool.
It's really cool. I think it's cool. It just does look a bit like a scribble. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't.
Really cool.
To be honest, Scott, I literally have not watched too much tennis before the Australian Open.
Very fair.
Your girl's been in the trenches, really. But
that's reasonable.
That
is entirely fair.
Because they're like, I feel like we go from like 2 weeks to like of like nothing, and then it's like, all right, everybody, go. You know that Office meme or something like that. Like, oh my God, it's happening! Yes. And I just don't have the brain power to commit to anything tennis wise before the Australian Open.
Yeah, no, fair. No, honestly, fair. But there's the trophy. Yeah, it's Hamburg. There we go.
Hamburg.
Hamburg, yeah.
Oh, I should have
That's-
known that. I'm a Rublev fan, and I should have known. That's crazy. All right, well,
Yeah. And
the more you
there's,
know.
there's the Madrid trophy.
I
Oh,
hate that trophy.
I was thinking more recent Madrid trophy. I mean, that.
Yeah,
that,
it's not
I
been
thought that
replaced. I
was-
think it's been replaced, hasn't it?
Yeah, I thought that
isn't
was
the current one the one that kind of looks like a surfboard? Is that the one that we're talking about?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
that's the one I'm not so keen on.
Yeah,
Although
I don't like that
Yankee
one
is a different word
either.
for it.
this is now the men's, the women's is different. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's the men's trophy now, and the women's has changed. Interesting.
Interesting.
I'm going to say, I thought that was the Paris trophy. Which one's the Paris trophy?
The Paris trophy is the one that looks like a tree.
The tree. Yeah,
It's green and it looks like a tree.
yeah, and it's got the. But what I like about the
that
Paris
one's a
trophy,
cool one, yeah.
that was cool. The Paris trophy, like the tree, gets an extra branch every year with the match, or the tournament winner written on it. So that's why I like it.
A blue
That's why I like
cat.
Paris. Yeah, that's why I like the Paris one.
Blue Cat, yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Oh.
But Shanghai used to have the trophy as a giant ship.
I think so. No. That's Dubai. Isn't that Dubai?
That's Dubai. Yeah, that's Dubai.
Yeah, the giant ship is cool. The giant ship is cool.
Kind of.
Yeah.
The giant ship is kind of iconic. Not gonna lie. I hope
Yeah,
they
it is.
never get rid of that. Like,
If you could get to hold a trophy, I'm not necessarily saying win it, but like, oh, that's the Paris Masters. Oh yeah, no, that is. Yeah, that's not like I can see what you mean. Actually, yeah, that would be a great make Christmas ornament.
yeah, you see the vision, right? You see it.
That's probably why they have it in November, because that's probably what the players have said as well.
Hilarious.
If either of you could get to hold a trophy, and I'm not necessarily saying win the trophy, although like that's every tennis fan's like craziest dream is to win a tournament. But like if either of you could get to hold a trophy, said, hey, we're giving a guided tour, and like because you're really nice, we'll let you hold the trophy. Which tournament's trophy would you most want to hold?
Australian Open by far. I think
Men
they
or
have
women?
both. Let me hold both. I think the Australian Open has like by far my favorite trophies. The men's cup is just so nice looking. Like it's kind of like a more ornate version of the French Open, but I just like it. And then the shape of the women's cup, it just looks nice to me. Like I just like how that looks aesthetically. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate from the Wimbledon people, like, oh, the dish, the rosewater dish. That's probably my second one. Not gonna lie.
Venus rosewater dish, yeah.
Okay, well, Bianca just told me to shut up.
No, I don't think that's I think that's her choice.
I know, I'm joking, Nicholas.
but-
I'm joking.
But
5-all in the Stevens match.
Yes, 5-all.
Scott, what about you? Or you Wimbledon?
I'm gonna be really like weird and say what's the exhibition tournament that is it Moratogli's?
UTS.
Oh,
The Lightning
UTS.
Bolt
Oh,
one.
The Lightning Bolt.
that's honestly kind of iconic. Not gonna lie.
It is. Can I say like that photo, was it of who was it that won it, that was holding it? Was it Rublev? I think it was. There's a great photo, John, if you can find it. Rublev, I think it's Rublev holding that Lightning Bolt trophy after, and there's a really cool photo of him holding it. I'm like, that is hot. That is a hot photo. Like, oh
that.
my god! Like,
Oh
look
yeah,
at
he looks
kinda
like
looks like Thor, not gonna lie.
He looks- he looks hot.
himself.
he looks hot as fuck. Come on,
Oh,
guys.
oh.
Like he looks like a sexy beast right there. There's just no.
He
Let's
looks
come on. guys.
sweaty, dog. Like he need a shower.
Oh, that's the photo. Look at that. Look at how
That
fucking
is such a
cool.
warrior look.
That is badass as hell. Like he looks
You-
damn cool.
I love the two
Like-
dualities between the two of you guys. Like you got Scott over here is like, oh yeah, he's hot as hell, and then
No,
you got Nicholas is like, oh yeah, he just looks like a warrior. And I'm like,
I love how it's
Oh, he
coming
just needs
just
a
in
shower.
time for y'all thirsting over Rublev.
Oh, I mean, come on. Can
He looks good. He looks good there.
he looks good.
Right.
He just looks like he needs a shower. Like like
I mean, listen, he looks like he just went through a battle and came out the other side as victor. And it's just, it does, I don't know. It did something. Like, came up on my Twitter when that happened. I was just like, gotta take a minute.
So
That's,
Bianca, where are you on the scale of Scott of full Rublev first, me
Oh my God,
on
it's
respect for the
Jamari.
warrior, and Ashley to and Ashley 2, he needs a shower.
I'm with
You
Scott.
don't. Okay.
Like Slade, the Greek god or something. It's like Percy Jackson. I don't know. He looks good
That's
there,
He
and I
does.
don't think he looks good normally. So
Well,
the thing is, I think I would agree there. I think a lot of the time, like he looks like he needs a sleep a lot of the time, Rublev. And then that photo came up, and I was like, oh my god, he's looking good.
I feel like
So-
sometimes he lets his hair get way too long. I feel like
He
if
does.
he had like more face framing hair, hi Jamari, hi bestie. But yeah, his lock. I feel like sometimes he lets his locks and his layers get way too long. Like honestly,
yes, the cat one. Do y'all know the trophy I'm talking about? It's the first title Isla's won in like however long. It was like a blue cat.
I thought,
Or is
yeah,
it Challenger 125, like WTA 125. Possibly, yes. I know where you're talking about, and I
John,
cannot.
go on, John, find us a photo, John. Find us a photo, John. Just Google, just Google cat tennis trophy, and I'm sure.
I'm actually kind of scared of what.
Here
will
we
come
go.
out. Oh my. Well, it looks like a Smurf put like on a cat head for Christmas, like for Halloween.
I
And
think that
that's-
would look quite cute in like a house. You know, it's different.
Why does the cat look like an old man? Like, why does he have like an old man face? Like, do y'all see it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's nice.
He looks like
It
he's
is
seen some things. That cat looks like he's seen some things, you know?
Yeah, it's different. I'd always love there to be a tennis tournament where like they win like the champion, like they get like a, like in the WWE, like they get a wrestling belt. I'd love like a tournament to come out like a belt or something. Do you know what I mean? That they can wear, and then they have to come back to the tournament the next year holding the belt. Like, that would just be if I was a tournament director, that's what I'd be doing. That's what I'd be doing.
You're defending champion a belt.
That would be cool as fuck. Do you not think? That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I want something like that.
Yeah. You see, get a belt like that. Like, but like you can get the tournament logo on the front, like big logo, and then I don't know. You could do some cool shit with that. I think when it comes to designing trophies, they do. That's why I respect the Blue Cat one as well, actually, because it is a little bit different. It is a little bit different when they try things differently. When they just do a boring trophy like the Wimbledon gold trophy, like the men's trophy, it's just a bit.
I mean, the Wimbledon trophy is from when trophies were a new thing, so of course it's not. So of course it's sort of what.
That's a bit.
Like it's not like they designed
I
it
love
recently.
the Wimbledon trophy. I have her on my keys.
Oh,
You see, actually, see that looks better. I got
This was a gift shop purchase.
How much was that?
Wimbledon probably very overpriced.
Yeah, I can imagine any key rings from Wimbledon are just ridiculously expensive.
I've walked into the Wimbledon shop multiple times and never bought anything because I've realised I've spent all my money just getting a ticket.
I was just like, I feel like I just have to. Like I'm here, so.
I mean, it's very different for you because you probably had to fly here, so you needed to get some kind of memorabilia. Whereas, like, I can get to Wimbledon. I mean, I live 3 hours on a train from London, so.
Nick, you can just go and get us all key rings right now. The gift shop will be open tomorrow. The gift shop will be open tomorrow for you.
Pay all the postage as well.
Yeah, this looks to be going to a tiebreak.
It's going to a tiebreak. It's going.
I have switched over because it looks like Navarro. The Navarro comeback is on. She's a double Grey Cup in the second.
When's the first men's match starting next, sir?
Now-ish. That's Paul Kecmanović is about to get underway on. They're actually warming up now on Margaret Court. Okay,
I might tune into that in a moment when Sloane wins the set, right, y'all? Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well on board.
They've just flashed up. I'm pretty sure I'm way behind. They've just flashed up the graphic of unforced errors on the screen, and Sloane seems to be doing well to overcome to being in a position despite hitting 14 unforced errors.
I've decided that I'll stay Nick, well aware that you'll be departing soon. I'll stay for the first set of the pole match because I want to see how that progresses, and then I'm going to crash it. So that's my plan.
I think that's my cue, Scott, to bow out so I can get
Entirely valid. Entirely valid.
Or, so a valid amount of sleep before Eager starts.
Yes, entirely fair. We love you, Nick.
And I love you too, Scott. And
goodbye.
I love you both as well, Ashley and Bianca. And I'll speak to you.
I should have been first. That's crazy. Like,
what?
Nothing. I'm just being a troll.
Bye.
Bye.
Toodles, Nick. We love you. Go sleep well. Hi, John. Are you joining us for hosting? For hosting for a bit? Oh. He's telling us. There he is. Oh, he's fixing his mic. Bless him.
Well, there's a tiebreak happening. As a fan of Sloan, I'm going to go with Sloan. 7 points to 5. Hopefully, we'll see that.
I'd like to highlight that Stevens has made. I think there was a stat on the screen. A reasonable amount of unforced errors in this set. Although I would also imagine that
I think it's up to 16.
Yeah, she definitely has hit more winners, though, right? Right?
I haven't seen that stat, but I can look it up in a second. You know,
she's definitely hit more. Well, maybe not more winners than 15, but more winners than Kalinskaya. You would hope.
Oh, Sloan, please move your feet, girl, please.
Oh God, does she lose his first point? Does she?
No, I'm just asking her to move her feet, man. She's
not. That's great. That's well played. That's a well played first point right there.
Well played.
Is that two people? Is that one person out of 18 votes? 11%. Oh God, I'm not good at math. 11% of 18. Is that one? Is that one vote for me? I don't know. I can't work that out. I'm not very good at maths.
I think it might be 2 actually.
2 people.
So somebody took pity on you.
That's my mum and my dad.
Can you hear me?
My mum and my dad.
I can hear you. Yes.
Yes, John. Hi.
I think it's still pretty lame. I mean, whether it's 1 or 2, Scott.
1 or 2.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know what? I think I've been quite good.
Oh, you have. But the problem is, there's what's the word? There's an effect, isn't there? Because of the poll.
Oh.
You've reacted. And
yeah,
no, you haven't done it once. By the way, I'm on the Pagula.
Mm. Oh, okay. Heineken. All right.
What an opportunity missed for them that they didn't do something with her and Stella Artois did instead.
Is she sponsored by Stella or something?
Yeah, she did like an ad for them or something.
You can see John Googling this right now. Like.
You
can see John Googling the advertisement. 1-1 in this tiebreak. Can I say this has been a good match? I think
it has. I'm just stressed because it's Sloan.
Yeah, and like
again, I'm like 2 points ahead of you guys.
Wait, what's the score? What's the score?
Okay.
What's the score?
I won't say.
Oh God!
Don't tell him, Bianca. Keep it a secret.
You're 2 points.
And then
it's tied. It's the score. Actually, no, the score is not tied.
Let's go. Now you're getting us nervous. This is where
it's 3-1, but I won't say to who.
Oh God!
Well, I just saw it, so I know who.
2-1 up. You know.
What a shot! What a shot to go 3-1 up.
Oh. 11 winners. Okay. Well, I thought she had a little bit more than that, but you know.
That was a great passenger. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Don't put up any other photo of him, just that one.
No, I mean, come on. Like that is the photo. You know when like everyone's like, "Oh, what's the photo of your fave?" All the Rublev fans should be saying that one.
No, you know the Rublev fans have some goofy picture of them and him and Dimitrov like edited together.
Oh,
like,
that is entirely valid.
Which I ain't got no beef. Like, real, you know.
No, absolutely not.
You know, be who you are.
No,
you know.
You do you.
I ain't got no beef. Oh God. I do have beef with Kalinskaya. Girl, please. Stop hitting these shots like this, okay?
Yo, that is a great shot. Changing
Like-
sides at 4-2.
Like you were
Yeah.
hitting that ball, sis. Like
Sky is
she's
turning
punching.
Billie Jean King, Martina Navratilova, and Steffi Graf all in one for this tiebreak.
Yeah.
oh man. Kia Arena.
God, I'd love to visit the Australian Open.
2006, my friend. 2006, I was there. Scott,
2006.
how
He
old
was
were you in
asleep, though,
2006?
so
I'm not
How-
going to say how old I was in 2006. I'm just going to leave that alone.
2006. What age was I in 2006?
Here we go. Scott with the mathematics.
I would have been 7 at the Australian Open in 2006.
You would have been 7. Okay, 99. You were born then. Oh, were you born?
I was born 98, but I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, you've done the maths. Very good.
Oh, not
Not doing
good.
maths, but it's going to be 2025 by the time Scott's worked this one out.
Yeah, it will be. Give me a second.
Scott, do you not know when you were born?
Weren't like
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 3.
January 2006. Come on.
I think it would have been 13.
You think?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
that's
Yeah.
great.
What year were you born, Scott?
Yeah, I would have been.
92?
92?
92?
No, 93.
Okay, so you'd have been 12 then. Because unless your birthday's in the first couple of weeks of January.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been 12. I would have been 12. You're
Yeah,
right.
do that math
Yeah,
already.
you know how quickly John did that math for you? That's embarrassing.
Okay, guys. Okay. I never claimed to be a mathematician. All right. I never claimed to be good with
It was the
numbers.
fact that you were struggling to figure out what year you were born.
Listen, I'm no Vanch. I'm no stats man. Okay. I'm just
By the
here.
way, I was 6. No, you said January. No, I would have been 5 actually, because my birthday's in February.
You've been 5. And what? Now I feel old. I feel really old now.
Imagine if Scott was your tennis data analyst, yeah, and he was giving you all this duff information like about numbers and percentages of backhands. You know, it'd be like Federer, go for his forehand, go for Roger's forehand.
You know, whenever I see Vanch like tweeting out his stats,
Oh, man.
I'm like, I could do that. I could do that. And then I think about it for another minute, and I'm like, no, I could. How's this match
Vanch
going?
and I have had a bit of a disagreement this week.
Yeah, I know. I was going to bring that up, John. I was going to bring that up. That was. I felt the tension
You're
in
welcome
that.
to.
I felt the tension in that.
Vanch and I, we've talked to each other on WhatsApp. We've unfollowed each other on Instagram.
No, you haven't.
Oh, Kalinskaya.
No,
By the
you
way,
haven't.
Kalinskaya has 3 set points.
You have not, John. You have not. Don't lie. Don't lie. That
All
was
because
all friendly good banner. All friendly good banner.
or because we disagree over whether his predictions were bold. Imagine someone comes up to you and says, "Oh, how's your mate Vanch?" "Oh, we've fallen out." "Oh, yeah, why?" "No, we had a disagreement about predictions of the Australian Open." "Oh, okay, fair enough."
That would be fair enough amongst tennis fans. Is this set over and done with? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't say a word. Don't say a word until this rally is over. Oh my God. Okay.
Notice how the only person saying a word is Scott.
Yeah. Yeah, that does happen. 6-4. I'm trying to tell from Bianca's facial expression because she's a few points ahead whether or not this set is
She's
over
not going to
yet.
give much away. She's not.
Whether or not this is this set over yet? I can't tell. Is it? Oh, she's got her hands in her hair. That's
No, it's not over.
it's not over. So that implies that she at least wins the next point. I would think.
Oh, yes.
Well,
It's
she
gonna be
gets
sick.
some away there. All right.
It's
Now.
gonna be. That's gonna be. Okay. This is a good rally. This must be a good rally. Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh
All
my
right.
God.
All right, Miss Girl. Come on now.
Oh yes. Yes. That is well played. Watch her blow it now. Watch her blow it now.
Don't put that in the air, dog. Like,
Watch her blow it now.
I can't do this no more, man. Like,
Watch her give it away. Here we go.
it's
We've
a
been here
hard
before.
life being a Sloan fan.
And Sloane's a bit older now as well. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is she? What age is she?
31, I think.
Yeah,
She's
in her
31. She's
Mhm.
31. My
31
God.
and still looks good. Oh, well, not to
No.
say that when she turned 30, you turn like to ash
No.
or something.
God. Oh God. Oh, that was close. Net cord. Oh, is that in? Yes, it is. Oh my God.
Oh, wow. This rally's still going.
It's
Oh,
still
wow.
going right now for you. Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Okay. Ooh,
That's
ooh.
applause. That implies, yes. This is a great rally. Good lord.
Oh my, good shit, Sloan. Good shit.
You know, Sloan is, I don't know if he coached by him, but I don't know if you know the player Darian King. He's a player from Barbados. He used to play in and around like the places that I played at. And he's a part of our coaching team, which is so cool. I'll see him like on TV sometimes, like, oh my God.
Oh my
Come
God, I know
on.
you.
Look
Like,
at him.
wow.
Cool. That's a cool wee fact right there. Should be like ho ho ho. Little bit of an
That's
Easter
kind
egg.
of that's me, but with like American football. Like my brother played Little League, and so many of the players that he played with have gone on to college and like professional football. So I'm like, oh, I remember making orange slices for you.
That's cute. All these big American people play. You're like, hey.
Hey,
Oh, look at her there. Oh,
Yep, there
she
he is.
still looks the same.
she does.
Like
She
now
does.
in that
She
picture.
does. That's why I can't believe that she's 31. That's nuts. I was genuinely thinking,
People say
what, like,
31, like 31 is like
I know. I'm
But
30. Okay, I'm 30.
but
all
like
right?
you see some of these 30-year-old players who play in tennis who have played in the sun a while. You see like their
okay,
skin.
well, yeah.
Their skin starts to like, it's not like I'm trying to shame them, but like their skin kind of goes because you can't always apply
Yeah,
sunscreen.
we're not naming names, but yeah, well, I feel what you're getting at.
Well, okay.
No, like, okay, yeah, we will get into this. We will get into this. Let's focus on the tennis. Does
Yes,
Sloan win
let's
this one?
not. Oh, set point for Sloan. Okay,
Yes, hello.
come on, Sloan.
Is she really gonna do this? Is she really gonna take the set after?
She better.
If she don't, I'm gonna throw a hissy fit.
Literally.
This has generally been a great match, to be honest. Like, okay, yes, quite a few unforced errors, but good rallies. Good
I
rallies.
feel like unforced errors come with like the territory of tennis, though. So
Yeah, it kind of does. I also like what's the definition of an unforced error? Forced error?
it's
Like,
a forced error is, to my knowledge, something that happens when the player across the net does something so well that you have no choice but to make that error, according to Google. And
but
then
then
unforced is like you just make the error on your own.
like, does a computer decide that then?
No, human beings.
Yeah, it's very
Oh, sorry, was that in?
that was square on the line.
Damien, who doesn't sit on the fence for anything, once accused them of smoking crack during a
Damn.
particular episode. Yeah, he was
Damn.
very annoyed.
Isn't there a
Number.
major that is like a little bit looser about unforced to forced errors?
Oh, I'm sure.
well, it's like different channels even. They'll release like the stats after the match and they're all different.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, TNS, I would just ignore. That's the only one. I mean, I'm fine, yeah, but just ignore their stats, basically.
That's fair. So it is a person that's doing it. Mm.
Yeah. And that's the thing with TNS person. That's one of the reasons why I think they've got some skewed stuff.
Entirely valid. Oh God. Oh no. Sloan's got. Oh my God. I hate to say it, guys.
She's gonna fight off another
immediately giving up.
I hate to say it.
This is Scott. This is his normal state of affairs. He's a Murray fan.
She's
Of
on
course,
search.
he's going on pain.
She can absolutely save this.
You
should see this man tweet during the Murray match. I'm like, bruh.
No, listen. The first game is. You see, there hasn't been any more votes. This implies that people are impressed by my, me not doing that as much. That would imply. That's what I would say. I haven't done that much during the stream. Is this a big rally? Please. Don't say a word. Don't say anything. Oh my God! The rallies in this match are just so good. Yes, that was that. Okay, yeah. The thing is, I want my favorite players to prove me wrong. I just don't have faith in them. That's what it is. That's what
all
it
right
is.
now.
This is where it gets. This is how my mindset works when it comes to my favorite players. And again, you're right. It is because I'm an Andy Murray fan. I've been burned far too many times for. And it's in Australia.
In particular at this
yes, exactly. It's in Australia. It's the scene of many devastation for me. So I've just gotten used to it. Imagine if we get another super long tiebreak like that.
No. I
would
can't
love
do
that.
that. I can't do that. No.
I was gonna say the tiebreaks have been quite
They've been quite good, but for
Hard.
my mental health and my stability, I do not want to watch a 42-point tiebreak.
Entirely fair. That was a great forehand from Sloan to get
and
here.
well, you won't have to.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank God.
How did she get it? How did she get it?
Ooh.
The channel that is unbiased, neutral. We don't have fans of players here at all.
Be serious, John.
The Bianca reaction to that last point. By the way, Scott, what's going on here? You're morphing into a Sloane Stephens fan, or have you always been a Sloane Stephens?
Oh no, I've always been a Sloane Stephens fan for sure. Like I like these players who, you know, because Sloane has had a lot of, you know, she's had the US Open, but then she's had a lot of setbacks. She's had a lot of kind of, you know, she hasn't quite kind of built from that US Open victory, and she's had a lot of kind of, you know, I suppose you would say, you know, failures to get going again. And I just love a story of, I love a failure. I love a kind of somebody struggling to get over the line again. I like that in my tennis.
He just called a Grand Slam winner a failure.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
so crazy.
I know. Hey, listen.
Yeah, but he also probably has that kind of failure-success relationship with Andy Murray too, right?
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Well, yeah.
I think you remember the failures as much as the wins. Right?
Listen, okay. My point is, like, you know, everyone remembers Andy Murray's failures in, you know, the Wimbledon final, the Australian Open final. It gets brought up all the time. I love a loser. I love
Yo,
a
Andy,
loser.
you gotta block this man after that.
No, I love a loser. Like losers, like in these like big matches, are so much more fascinating than the winner. I would argue so many times. You can psychologically unpack that a wee bit, I think. You know, and maybe
therapist needs to
you know
do
what?
that.
Maybe I'm projecting. Maybe I'm projecting my life insecurities on my tennis players.
Yeah.
I just think that in a way, I just love somebody who just is really struggling to get over that, and that just makes when they do get over the line that much sweeter for me. There you go. There you go.
I have a resource for you, Scott. It's called BetterHelp.com. They have loads of resources for you to help.
We Scottish guys, we have to expect this. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't know how many people watching will be aware of Scotland is just known for like glorious failure, like coming so close to something and then just falling away through the cracks right as we get near it. And that goes into sports as well. So it's definitely maybe a reflection on that.
Scott, what do you call a Scotsman in the second round of a World Cup?
That's so crazy.
A referee.
Oh.
That's so crazy. World Cup like trash talk is crazy to me.
Let's retire. Let's end the stream now. Let's end talking tennis on that one.
Oh, that was a tough one.
As an American, I have no stake in this conversation.
I know that's entirely valid. That's entirely valid. I think that's also for the best.
Unless we're talking about the women's soccer team, then I kind of have less of a stake now.
The women's soccer team, yeah, that's fair. I think, I don't know. I just love. Yeah, I love people struggling. I love people struggling with things. That's why I find ons interesting.
There's someone called Costel in the chat. I don't know if you've been watching some of their comment but
very heavy for
I get the impression that Costel might not be a huge tennis fan. First of all, Costel is calling it the Austrian Open, okay, which is interesting. I mean, maybe it's relocated since I last saw. And secondly, I get the impression that their preference for player might not be based on their forehand or backhand. Might not be. I don't know. There's maybe I'm reading between the lines.
I'm just gonna let him cook. Him, she, her, him, his, they, them. I want them cook. You know.
I mean, they are amusing. I mean, of course, they may go into a territory that is less amusing, but right now, it's okay. It's all right.
I love how he said, like, well, right now it's cool, but who knows?
I mean, there is a line, and but right now we're okay. I'm all right with this.
Yeah, that's valid. I mean, considering I very much thirsted over Rublev earlier, I suppose, you know.
Yeah,
Look at his
Did you
general-
see
I'm okay with that.
He was asking
Yeah.
if you're a Rublev fan. He must have missed
Yeah.
that whole thirst
Yeah.
section.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Rublev was one of these players. Like, yeah, he has definitely grown on me. I think just because, he does just look shattered all the time. Like, he just looks so tired, and I'm like, oh, Rublev, you need a hug, mate. You need a hug. He's somebody that I would love to see win a major or something. You know what I mean? I don't know if
Yeah,
you
I
know.
would. Yeah. I mean, it's not happening, Scott. But
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see how this
Y'all
year
are
shakes
so
up.
quick to like rule off people winning majors. Am I like just not as big of a hater as I am? You think I am?
not about. I like Andre and Casper too. I'm all right with him too. I'd love to share a beer. And if I was on that table that Bublik was at a few weeks ago, I wouldn't have been as harsh as. Although it was funny. I bet you, Scott, you like that when Bublik was like, "How many 250s did you win that year to get almost number one?" Did you see that? Scott? Did you not see that?
He run. What
Have you
was
seen
it?
it, Scott? Have you seen this chat they have around the table?
no,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
That's
you've seen it,
iconic,
Bianca,
man.
yeah?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny.
And he was
I'll have
roasting other players as well when they were talking about who his run was to
Ooh,
the U.S. Open. He was like,
Yeah,
when he was like,
Cashin,
oh,
he
who
meant-
did you have next? Cashin, like,
a
what's
bit of a scare here from Miss Kalinskaya. She's now 1530. A bit of a scare, just
Bit of fear.
a bit of fear, just a
Uh,
tinge of fear,
Yeah, have tuned
Well, the
into
fear is
the
gone now. So
have tuned into the Tommy Paul Kecmanović
That's a
match.
buy.
Paul down a break still, but does hold serve. Okay,
Oh, I didn't even know he's down a break.
2-1, but with a break. So that's intriguing. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch.
Did Tommy Paul get mentioned in your power rankings, Bianca? Maybe as an honourable mention.
He got an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind. That's
Barely
kind.
didn't make it him. Him, Ben Shelton, and Dimitrov all got honorable mentions.
I think Ben
Rip
Shelton
the
was
Ben.
number nine in your list, Bianca.
Yeah.
rip to Ben.
Uh,
But it was okay. I mean, some people would include Ben Shelton, some people wouldn't. I don't think I would have done, but it wasn't the only one that
Break
actually.
point for Miss Sloan.
Oh,
the
really?
one that rattled everyone was Holgeruna, and I've
Yeah, that was sort of rattled me. Yeah, rattled me a bit.
you know what?
Okay.
I had faith. I think I had watched Break
Oh, Sloan.
the day before. I was like, wow, he's really dedicated. He's really gonna do something here. I believe this.
Oh man, you hate to see it. You just really do.
And it was like, I never heard of the guy that beat him before, but they do know each other and have played. But like, who is he? He was just. It was like,
Oh,
some
what a
random-
backhand. Okay. Come on, Miss Sloan. Second break point. Okay.
I feel like
Sorry, I had the gloat. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I feel like I might have to change back over to Sloan's match soon enough. I feel like this men's match is going to be not as interesting in comparison.
Sometimes watching an
I
American
don't-
man play tennis is like watching paint dry. Was that a double bounce? Dang. Thought she got the racket under.
I just feel like the women have way more variety to their games a lot of times.
Yeah,
You know,
I would
Just-
tend to agree. Oh, that's just a good pickup. Yeah, that bounced. That did in fact bounce. Unfortunate.
Dang.
Because that would have been a sick winner from Sloan. Oh, okay. Oh, you should. Oh.
Tommy Paul's number 14 seed.
Yes,
Okay,
he is. Yeah,
interesting. Okay,
I think he's defending semi-final points here.
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's defending quarter points.
He rolled over and had his belly tickled by Novak in the semis last year.
Yo, that's so crazy. Like,
Pickled.
Did.
Wow.
Did.
well,
but he just-
Sloan kind of fumbled the bag there, but it's okay. One game in, it's all right. We chilling.
I hate to say it, but Manarino is getting crushed by Novak.
Oh,
yeah,
Manarino.
yeah.
Ooh.
He's
Give me a
getting
minute, I'll be
melted.
back, all right?
He's getting melted down in that match. He's been through what 3-5 stairs in a row to reach this point, and now he
I
has
can't
to
say what's going to happen to Manarino because it's cuss words. I can't do that. But that's going to be something scary. Ooh.
Yeah,
If Tommy Paul got his head, not got his belly tickled, Manarino's getting his head like shined.
Like, ooh.
It will not be fun. I mean, the only thing you can maybe say is that historically speaking, Novak has had problems dealing with people who are a little bit different game style wise. He has lost to kind of players that are a little bit odd or like kind of junk ball a wee bit. I'm not saying
but Novak has enough technique to like deal with the junk ball. Like the thing with Ben Shelton is that Ben Shelton showed, especially in the first set, like that he has the slice to kind of deal with it, but then he kind of went away, and he didn't use enough variety, and that's kind of what led to Manarino like using a jump ball a lot, and it kind of got him.
I didn't see the match. My stream like cut out after the second set, and I was like, "Well, it's 3 a.m., so I'm going to go to sleep anyway." So.
I fell asleep after the third because he was up 2 sets to 1. Ben Shelton was, and then Manarino won the last 2 sets. So really unfortunate. I woke up to my dear friend, texting me, and he was like, "Baby Ben, let's go!" And I'm like, "Bestie, he lost." Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, I woke up to that news too. Sadness and pain."
People are really on the Ben Shelton train. Like my brother, he sends me videos of him all the time. My brother's not, well, now he is because I feel like I forced him to get into tennis. He's sending me all the Ben Shelton edits, thirst traps, all this, that, the third.
Well, my friend is just an American tennis fan. Like I don't want to say he's just American tennis fan, but he rides really hard for the Americans. Like
they need support. I mean, I know Andy Roddick is tired of getting on the stream every year for the U.S. Open and talking about the one win. Like somebody else needs to join in on that, or maybe he loves it,
that. Begs the question, who is going to be the first American man since Andy Roddick to break through?
The prop that we have, who is it? I know Taylor Fritz is in number 1, but
that's not happening.
There's nothing about Taylor Fritz's game that gives me major champion. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Like he was lucky to get that Masters from Rafa. Like let's be real.
I agree so hard. Like
oh my God, Isabel.
Oh my God. He's actually one player for me, Taylor Fritz, that deserves. No, I can't say what.
No, say it.
Yo. Bit of a scare here from Miss Sloan, by the way.
He deserves more hate. He's just.
Oh, Isabella's yet to say a word, but she's just giggling.
I wholeheartedly agree that Taylor Fritz deserves more hate.
Well, Taylor's never coming on here.
John, you have to get the photo of him at the French Open doing all of this.
Yeah. I quite like that like
that. It was a bit because the French crowd was booing for just this taboo. So I'm like, somebody boo them back.
Real talk. Can I have this conversation? The French Open crowd needs to get the hate that the U.S. Open crowd gets every single year because them hooligans.
Hooligans.
I think it's France in general. And I'm so sorry if there's any French people watching this.
I'm so sorry. Y'all are rude. Rude as hell.
Let me tell you this. I have done this myself. On the parks of London when I've scored a goal against the other team, and I'm like, yeah, F you. Yeah. When there's like three people giving me
Sloan,
whatever.
No, girl, bestie. Ooh. Pain.
I feel like I really walked into some chaos.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. By the way, I know Scott will be leaving us at some point soon. Isabella's just joined us. It's great. I know Bianca can stay for a set or two. Ashley, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. I'm actually going to nip out, but I'm there. I'm with my phone at all times. So Isabel, just send me a WhatsApp or anything. I don't know, Isabel. Did you sign in from the? Did you have to sign in, or did you just click on the link I sent you via email?
I did like a code thing.
Oh,
and
great!
I
So
think I'm in the right place.
I think Isabel has a lot of power.
Isabel's gonna kick me off as soon as John moves.
She can.
Oh
she can,
no.
Isabel, can you try and kick me out? I think it might be if maybe you can click remove above. If you go below and hover, you might be able to click remove on my face.
I mean,
I can add myself back, but yeah, she's got a lot of power now.
Well, he told me to.
No, I did. Yeah, indeed, I did. That's true.
John knew not to give me that power.
Basically, what this power means is, Isabel, you can end this stream anytime you want. And I mean it. If we're, if you're down to 2 or 3 people, I hope that we'll always have 2 or 3, minimum 2, but hopefully 3 people at all times. But you can click end stream whenever, because there's this stream. Oh, hello. What's happening with that? You did that to Ashley too, Isabel?
No, I didn't do anything.
I was drinking something.
That wasn't me.
I was drinking
trigger
something.
happy.
Sorry.
But no, you basically can end the stream whenever you want, Isabel. There's no rule. I put featuring or, Kalinskaya, Stevens, Navarro, and I know we've got Paul. Ideally, we'll get to the end of Paul Kecmanović, but it's not if they have 5 sets and it's just you and Ashley basically falling asleep, then end the stream. But I just want to go and meet a friend for a beer, basically. That's what it's all about.
That's entirely valid, Joe.
I mean, by the way, I just want to tell you, Scott, I'm not in Germany right now, so it's not like 2:30 in the morning and I'm going out for a beer.
I was gonna say that's
yeah, right. I'm just going off down the pub. Actually, Scott, here we go. Scott doesn't know where I am. Can you have a guess where I am in the? As long as you get the country, I'll give it to you, and you can ask questions to guess.
Oh God!
I don't think I know where you're at either.
What the fuck? Look at him. Look at his skin. Is he glowing? Look at the surroundings in the background.
You don't get this in Glasgow.
What time is it where you are?
Okay, good question. Oh, so you don't know where I am either, Isabel?
No.
Okay. It's just gone 10:30 in the evening.
Like I know secrets.
Yeah, you know.
10 in the evening.
10:30 in the evening.
It's actually in terms of the time zone, it's not quite enough to make you go. Pardon?
Are we allowed to Google time zones?
Yeah, if you want, Scott.
I feel like John's on a beach somewhere. I don't know. Like
I'm wearing flip flops right now.
Okay.
Flip flops.
Okay. Well, I feel okay.
And by the way, I'm not leaving the stream until somebody gets this right. So
okay.
Because
hold on.
First of all, my Jessica Bagula's done.
Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a second.
The problem is
meeting
the time zone.
John only goes jogging with women.
Oh yeah, he knows about a date I went on once. Yeah. So
is it 10 o'clock right now, John?
No, 10:38. Which you're thinking you're looking at your time zones, and I'm somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, right?
Are you in Japan?
Japan? What?
Hey guys, we can't. He couldn't.
Oh no! Oh, I'm looking at
8 in the morning in Japan.
This isn't gonna work.
Yes, it's
10:30.
10:30 in the morning. Okay, my fault.
Japan is 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, I'm just going to the pub.
Okay,
are you somewhere in the Caribbean?
No, but you're much closer than our good friend Scott is. That's for sure.
Well, yes, I'm on the proper side of the world.
Are you on an island?
Nope, mainland.
No, mainland.
Oh,
okay.
England. Okay. All right.
The problem is I'm not far enough away from GMT for Scott to think about I don't know what Scott's thinking about. She forgets Scott.
Most
Scott is not. Imagine Scott was Columbus. Imagine he was giving him directions. Yeah.
My God.
Here we go. I think we've discovered America. Well, they're speaking. I think this is Spain, mate. Or is this France?
Well, you can't be in America because we don't have a time zone that's 5 hours ahead of PST.
You don't, right? That's the problem. So it's not. I'm 3 hours short of GMT. And that's the problem. It doesn't get as far as New York with that, right? Yeah.
Like rolling the Bermuda Triangle.
Isabel. Actually, I am in America in a way.
Are you in South America?
Can we give a clue?
Well, I mean,
What's
there's a
it
lot
say?
of clues already, Bianca.
Well,
but-
Are you in,
what's-
are you in
wait,
Chile?
you're in-
Are you in
you're in
Chile?
South.
I was gonna start singing, and then they would probably get it.
Yeah. Oh, I could do it as well. But go on, Bianca. You can sing. Because I sang, just before you do, I sang to Jack. So he was getting a couple of clues a bit like this right now. And then I started singing to Jack and he got it immediately. So, and I'm a
So
terrible
wait,
singer.
I just
Go on,
want to confirm. Are you in South America?
Bianca, sing.
Para no bailão. Wow, wow, wow.
Brazil?
Hola, hola, hola. Very good, Ashley. Come on.
I have no idea.
Wait, I'm very good. Okay.
That was very good, Ashley. Go on, Ashley. I think you got it. Scott's just looking at us thinking, I thought we were here to talk tennis.
I'm loving the music. To be fair, though, like
You can get
Does this country speak the same language as Brazil? Is that too deep of a question?
What do you mean? Does it speak the same language as Brazil?
Brazil's main language is Portuguese,
That's
right?
right, Portuguese, yes.
But you're not
Was
in
it-
Portugal.
You're not in Portugal, are you?
No, because that would be GMT.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, well, fuck.
It's crazy. The language is literally on the country's on the screen right now.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, Bianca, there's clues and then there's clues.
No, we just like.
I know you're getting it. Yeah, I know I'm getting
But
it.
you're not. But you're not in Brazil.
Why do you keep saying, so you're not in Brazil? Oh, in Brazil they speak Portuguese, but you're not in Portugal.
People who are watching, can you comment where he is? Like, because we're all fucked.
This is crazy.
Painful.
Are you in? Wait. What? Just what?
Wait.
no,
if
wait.
it's the
What
country
language
on the
do they
screen-
speak there?
Portuguese.
If they speak Portuguese, but it's not Brazil and it's not Portugal.
I've never
No one
said
said
it's
it
not
wasn't Brazil.
No,
Well,
I've never.
Ashley
no,
said it
10
twice.
minutes ago,
Yeah,
and
but
you
I've
said
never
very good. That's not a yes or a no.
you said you're not in Brazil. I mean, I'm not.
No, before when Bianca was singing, I said, "Are y'all in Brazil? Are you in Brazil?"
Oh, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear
Oh,
you.
I didn't hear that. I didn't.
So
hear
you
that.
are in
5
Brazil.
minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, I wish I'd heard it 5 minutes ago because I'd be in the pub by now. Very good. Ghosty's flexing his knowledge of where they speak Portuguese. He's going to say Mozambique in a minute and various other places.
All right.
You
So
should
Ashley
have yelled
wins.
that out like Family Feud. You said that as a whisper. How are you supposed
I
to-
heard her say that.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you.
That's why I was like,
You
so
were
wait, you're not in
singing,
Brazil?
so-
John.
out here fighting for my life.
Yes, Scott. Talk to me.
You kept us guessing. You kept us waiting.
Yeah,
How
we were
do- how do-
we were hemorrhaging viewers, by the way, as we were singing there, by the way. But it doesn't matter.
Are you just like, what's the deal? Why are you there?
Weather, learn a bit of Portuguese, some time off work.
Fair enough.
I like Rio. I've been here a couple of times before. There's the Rio Open as well, which is next month.
You're
Hopefully.
gonna go to that?
Yeah.
No.
Hopefully with a press accreditation, but tennis being tennis, they'll probably let me know like 3 days before. Honestly, Indian Wells actually is probably, in terms of the answer you get at least, and the clarity of the process, is probably the best tennis tournament I've experienced. I mean, by the way, sometimes it can go in your favor. Estoril was just a laugh. You know, I took my ex-girlfriend as my production assistant. So, I mean, she was my girlfriend at the time. That would have been kind of...
Is the reason she became an ex that tournament? Like,
I think what I gave her a title. It was like me. Oh, by the way, Estoril might be listening to this right now, and they're not going to give us. But she was helpful. She was doing stuff on social media. You know, people go, "Cool, your Instagram posts have really picked up recently." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." I've gone back to being lame now. But yeah, there we go. All right. Well, I'm going to go and just, Isabel, hit end stream whenever you absolutely want. Basically, as soon as you get down to 2 people or 1 person, just click that end stream. All right.
Toodle, John. Go and enjoy Brazil.
See you.
have fun in Brazil. I got that guess. I got that like 10 minutes ago. I feel shafted. Like, I was out here struggling.
I don't know when we were supposed to hear that when we were fully singing. So
Isabel heard it.
I heard
Isabel
it.
heard it. Y'all didn't get your ears checked.
dang, dang.
Scott
right,
ain't
well-
hear shit. So like,
Let's.
What's happening with Sloane Stevens? Like what?
I was
How?
gonna
What?
say. What
Well,
happened?
we're in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, it's going well.
We're in. I don't know what kind of pickle. I don't know if it's a bread and butter. I don't know if it's a dill pickle, but we in a pickle.
She's struggling to hold right now. We're at love 3. On deuce, her advantage right now. So hopefully we can get a game on the board. She does this, so I feel like sometimes she'll just take her foot off the gas. Like, why would we lose this set? Why would we not just go all the way through and win this in straights?
Why does she do this to herself? Although, okay, she's let's get her on the board and then
let's get her on the board. She's only got a break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but three love can feel
far away, especially.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. I just want let's get her on the board and let's
go from there.
Let's go from there.
Did you guys see Andriva yesterday? Did anybody watch that match?
I'm just the highlights, not the match, but
oh man, that was crazy.
She was tough.
Oh yeah, John was asking us about her earlier, and we were all kind of we I think this was before you joined, Bianca, and I think like I'm all on board, but like I just can't get over the like people like really kind of predicting things for her at this point because like she's literally 60 years old, right?
the next Martina Hingis. I'm like, let's
just
calm down.
let's just step back a little bit and then do you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, amazing. It's always good to see new players coming up, but like literally like I think I said that like when she gets to like 18, 19, 20, I guess then we can start to see what kind of player she's going to be. But she's literally I mean, she could still be in school, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, let's give her a bit of time to see what she's doing. But I mean, she's still in the event, she's still doing amazing. So yeah,
I mean the match yesterday, she was down like 5-1 in the third set. She fought off some match points, and it was like a crazy level. I hadn't every ball she touched was like going good in the lines. It was just like amazing. And I'd never really watched her play before, and I was sort of also kind of like, I'm tired of hearing about like teenage sensations and like having them not really get anywhere for a while. Like I kind of want to leave her alone. But after seeing that, I was like, all right, I get the hype. I really do.
Yeah.
I was like, I can definitely get on board this train.
And then my boy Andy tweeting about it.
Yes, and everyone's like, "Oh, she's gonna love this when she sees that he was defending."
Yeah. Do you think she probably passed out from seeing that? Like,
has it framed on her wall now?
Yeah, probably so. But just good. I just always kind of worry about like the hype, like for these young players. Do you know what I mean? Like the amount of times that we've seen like hype just kill players a wee bit. So I hope she's able to compartmentalize that and has good people around her. So I mean, I imagine she does. But I guess we'll see. How well she does. Who does she have in the next round? We probably already discussed it, but I'm totally blind.
Sure.
I don't think we talked about it.
Well, I think we did, probably. In the comments, Iga is the next Martina Hingis. Huh?
Cool. Interesting.
Andriva has Krejcikova next. Winnable, I think.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. Can she win the entire Australian Open? On you go, guys.
I mean, the draw did open up quite a bit. So it's possible. I mean, I wouldn't with the way women's tennis is, I wouldn't say no to that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she run into Iga at some point though?
Yeah, she definitely would. She definitely would. She definitely would.
Isn't she in Iga's quarter or is she in her half?
No. They would be. Hang on, I can't find it.
To be honest, I think
they would be finals. Actually,
really
final.
I think they would be a final.
But doesn't Iga play
a semi or a final? Because Iga's in the top half of the draw and Andriva is in the bottom half.
Oh, so she would probably run into like a Sabalenka or a Coco, maybe.
Yeah, she would run into Sabalenka for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they're much closer in the draw.
Okay.
In all honesty, I think I might go out on a limb and actually predict Coco to win the Australian Open.
Scott, that is not a limb.
That's not really.
No, it is. No, hold on. Because
Scott, that is not a limb.
no, but it is. It is a little bit. It is a little bit. And let me explain
That okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
The reason that I think that's a limb, right, is because I think who was the last player to win their second major immediately after their first? Like, has there been I
Was
know
it Naomi?
I think it was Naomi.
No, Naomi did not win her first major right after winning her first. I don't think. Did she?
Yes, she did. She won the 2018 U.S. Open and 2019 Australian Open.
Is that what happened?
Let's double check. Hang on. I will
that
fact
happen?
check. I will fact check.
Did that happen? If it did,
Hang on. Hold on.
if it did,
I'm getting there. Computer's a little slow.
all right. Yeah, the comments are telling us that you're right. Okay,
Okay, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, she got the 2018 U.S. Open and the 2019.
I'll just go fuck myself. All right, I'll just go fuck myself.
And then she won Australia 2 years later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so I think it was Naomi was the last person. Still, like, we've had a lot of winners in between.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, you're right. Since Naomi, no one has been able to back up their Grand Slams.
Sure.
I mean, except for if your name is Iga, but
Sure.
But there's there's that. So,
but it's somewhat uncommon. So yeah, I don't know. Like I just everyone's kind of calling it for Iga these days just because she's the easy kind of one to go for, and
let the record show that I picked Coco.
All right. Okay. All right.
I picked Coco.
Okay. Yes. All right. All right.
Like 95% blind faith, and 5% was like, well, she won Adelaide again, so why not? No, Auckland.
Yes.
Auckland. Okay. So, so I was like, well,
my bracket's already like been destroyed because I picked Rybakina.
Oh, bless your heart.
Hey, I had reasons. Okay,
I know your reasons.
She won her tournament leading up to this. She beat Sabalenka. Like, I was.
No, your reasons were fair. Like, I don't know what happened to Rybakina. Like, my God, I was like.
I tell you. I think I'm with Ghosty in the comments. Actually, I take it back. I think Ostapenko might do it.
Oh, God, I hope
good
not.
God, can you imagine? I would absolutely fucking love that. I think that
would be comedy.
I think that'd be chaos, and I love it. They absolutely
ego again. So
there'd just be flames of just destruction if Ostapenko won the Australian Open. I would just, I'm not sure my heart could take it. I'd just be so here for it that I would just pass away. So I think I'm entirely behind that as a concept. So yeah, Ghosty, I'm behind that. Yeah, I can get on board.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Ostapenko's always sneaky.
Ostapenko doesn't, and nobody else does either. So Ostapenko has no idea what she's doing until she hits the ball. So
that's so very true.
No, she has no idea what's taking place.
I can't allow someone with kits like hers to win finals.
I think she looks okay this tournament. I think her outfit's
in like some sort of like a vest moment, a purple vest moment right
now. It's like 80s pantsuit vibes. Like I just can't. I don't. It's fine. Not like I can't tell if she does it on purpose or not.
She definitely does.
Is it to distract her opponents? Like
I think she I think does she design them herself? I think she does, right?
No, it's a brand I can't remember, but it's a Latvian brand that for her.
I think they're brilliant. I just think they're fantastic. And she's
Scott, you also like losers, so that makes sense. That tracks.
That's true. I did say that. That was my exact quote.
You realize you just gave me material for like the next 10 years. You realize that, right?
But again, that's another player who won, a major years and years and years ago, and then has had multiple failures since then. So yeah,
Andy Murray was not always a loser.
It's about time for me to depart because it's almost 2 a.m. But
2016 exists.
I am determined to wait around for the end of this Tommy Paul first set here, which he's about to lose. He is about to lose. Okay.
Also checking back in with the Navarro Yastremska match. Alarm bell is ringing for Navarro. She's down.
Oh yeah.
1 love 30 in the decider.
Yep.
So
Jeez, indeed.
How much for that comeback?
5-1 comebacks have been very popular. So maybe she does that.
Maybe she does. So I don't think we got to the conclusion earlier either, and we've got 2 new people in the chat since. Do we think Dimitrov has had hair transplant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell he shaved his head, right? So he was rocking rich bald style. No, this is like you can see these things. Shaved the head, and now he's like wearing caps 24
all the time, right? He's wearing caps all the time. Yeah.
And he's gonna keep them on because he's probably growing in. It's probably like the little baby, sticking up hairs right now.
He is. Yeah. That's what I thought, because literally when he won Brisbane, he didn't remove the cap at all for the trophy presentation, for the pre-tournament photos. Like, what are you doing keeping the hat on if there's not?
Why would he do that? He's literally
Was he balding at some point?
Yes, he was.
Was he balding?
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever paid attention to the back of Dimitrov's head.
I mean, shit.
Have you ever seen the
baby all the time? Shit.
Oh,
it was he was balding quickly.
I've been called baby fed since he came out the womb.
It wasn't taken away from his looks or anything. That I thought he still looked fine.
No. Same. I concur. Like many men, he was losing his hair, and I think he's had a hair transplant, and that's entirely valid. I just need to say it's entirely valid. It just, I'm like, has he or hasn't he? And I think
just own up to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
6 months when it's all of a sudden full again, or not.
I think it's like 6 months, like to a year or something. So that's the important information that people have tuned in for. That's
I think that is really pertinent to tennis. Like, this is the kind of things we need to know.
It also comes around the time that he's also playing his best tennis. So I mean, you could maybe start to unpack that slightly a wee bit as well. Is that going to give him more confidence?
He's got to probably pay for the treatment, right?
Well, yeah, he's got to pay for the treatment, but it's also giving him more confidence as well. That's what you have to consider. So,
I don't know why any tennis player, after what Andre, Agassi went through, would ever feel unconfident about their hair.
I'm reading Open right now. And it's certainly an insight. To a lot of the kind of mental things that might bother tennis players. I would highly recommend it if anybody hasn't. It's a very well-known tennis autobiography.
Why is Nadal not getting a hair transplant?
That already came up in discussion earlier too.
Really?
Back in 2017, remember like the weird ass fade that he had the 2017 Australian Open?
No.
He had a really weird fade and
a
patch of hair on top. And he was still wearing his stereotypical headband, but like his sides were really, really short. And then by 2018 they were full again. So,
yeah, he definitely had one. And
then 2019 he had that little, it gotten long, not long, but it gotten a little bit longer again where it started curling. And then I don't know what happened since then. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's still got the shiny, balding spot.
But no, even that disappeared as well for a wee bit.
Really?
Yeah, it disappeared in 2018, 2019. It wasn't as egregious. It was still a bald spot there, but it wasn't as
Yastremska has match points, triple match points here against.
There you go. Navarro. Oh my god, yeah, that match is just shot.
Got away from Navarro so quickly. He's gonna get it done.
Just disintegrated. Were you watching that, behind?
I was keeping an eye on it because I needed Yastremska out, but here we are.
Yeah, she is.
Who would she face next?
I don't know. She's not in Sabalenka's section, which is good. But yeah,
is she in Coco?
Tommy Paul lost the first set. There we go.
She faces either Ostapenko or Azarenka next.
Ostapenko, Azarenka. I can't believe that's on at 4 a.m. I'm considering getting up for that. Oh, I'm considering it.
Well, yeah, it's the weekend. Where do you have to be tomorrow?
Yeah, that's true. I'm not doing fuck all with my life tomorrow, so I might have to happen. That'll be such a good match.
10 p.m. Oh, I could definitely watch that then.
I might have to.
10 p.m.
Mhm.
my time. This is the problem. I'll still like, oh, 10 p.m. I can watch that, and then I get sucked into it, and then it ends at 12, and then there's already another one on, and before I know it, it's 3 a.m. my time. I said I was going to bed before midnight tonight because I haven't done that all week.
That's valid. Talking about going to bed, I will do that very, very shortly after we answer this very important question from Ghosty in the comments. Can each of you give me your 3 hotties of the ATP?
This is my moment.
We're gonna let
wait a
ask
minute.
the tennis slut go first.
Yes.
This is the whole reason I'm here.
On you
Okay.
go. On you go,
Let her
Isabella.
cook.
Let her cook. All right,
You go
give
first.
us your 3.
Ooh, I have to think about this because only 3.
Only
three.
3.
Only 3.
Only 3. Ugh. Are we talking like all time or like current?
I think we can do all time. I think we can just do, why is there some people that have faded for you? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they're not,
Are
maybe
you saying
as
young
cute as they
Rafa? You're
were.
saying young Rafa, and now Rafa, you're like,
Ooh, young
As an
Rafa.
example,
Oh,
sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Says
Or
current.
like, a player who's retired,
No,
I
it's
mean,
like-
yeah, sure. Like you can do, come on.
Okay, well, I mean, top 3 for me, Roger is in there.
Roger, isn't it?
I will.
Interesting.
Roger is absolutely my top 3. He
Yes,
always
I-
has, always will be.
Oh,
It's like a song.
Ghosty says current.
Current. He says current.
Current. Okay. I'll take Roger out for that one.
Okay.
Current.
I feel like Roger, he's retired, but he's still looking good. To be fair.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he
he aged
He has
really well.
like a suave vibe, like a George.
does have a suave life. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, current. Let's do current.
Let's do current. Does anyone else have some that are jumping to mind?
I have
I'm gonna have to sit on it for a little bit. I got to simmer on this.
I suppose. I would have to go Andy, right? I suppose. Like,
It's your brand. It's your brand.
I would
It's
suppose.
the
I
brand.
suppose I would. Oh God, there's quite a few that come to mind though.
Yeah.
I think Gael Monfils. He is an attractive man, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he really
Also,
is.
just his personality is just brilliant, and just he's an attractive man. Who else? Who else comes to mind for me? Somebody else go while I come up with someone else.
Okay, I've got one that I'm like, he could, Echeverry.
Ooh.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. To be
Okay.
fair, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
decision.
He's got a look about him. He's got a look about him.
I think I have 3. I think.
Okay.
Oh, go on.
For preference, I like really nice smiles. Like that will make me weak in the knees every time. So Francis is one of mine.
Oh yes.
I think Carlos has a really nice smile, but because he's
Aw.
like 4 years younger than me, I'm not going to do that.
Fair.
That man is younger than my brother.
Yes.
No, not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Gail's a
He's
fine
incredible.
man. That is a Elena scored. Like
I would just like to
Surely
throw in. I would just like to throw in there, guys, that my 2 picks, Andy and Gail. I did speak to both of them on a Zoom call once. That did happen. Both of them on a Zoom call back in 2020 while they were doing their kind of wee chit chat with each other. Spoke to them both. I was a guest star and I spoke to them for 5 minutes and it was the highlight of my life. I had some emotions.
Not of the year, of your life.
Oh no, of my life, yeah. It's still my Twitter kind of banner on Twitter and on Facebook too.
Yes, wait.
that man's gonna get married. Scott's gonna get married, and he's like, "What was the highlight of your life?"
Oh, it was speaking to Gail Monfils and Andy Murray at the same time. It was brilliant. It was
Oh
brilliant.
yes,
And I
you
showed
had a Murray cutout poster.
and I showed my Andy Murray cardboard cutout. That's right. Gail
That
Monfils found
was
it
when Gail was like, "Let me get on Twitch during COVID."
Gail found it hilarious. Gail found it absolutely hilarious. He was killing himself laughing about it. Andy was just like, okay. Okay.
I think I have mine.
Okay.
Right, come on then.
Okay. Felix, Auger-Aliassime.
Fair, yeah. Okay.
Got the adorable like gap tooth, big smile, like so sweet. Like definitely him. Gael is in all of ours.
Yeah.
And I know this is going to be a little left field, but I'm actually going to put Kokkinakis in there.
Ooh,
Really?
oh, coconut.
Wow.
So fine.
You like the fuck boy look, Isabel. You like
I
the
like,
fat
you
boy.
know, I don't think he's
like the
that.
fat boy.
I like to see him as like, he's got like bi energy.
Wow.
The shorts, the earring, the highlights, like
Sure.
Can I throw in my good friend, my dear friend Dominic Thiem? I think for some
I was
reason
actually just thinking of him.
absolutely.
Dominic Thiem, when he grew out the frosted tips, Dominic Thiem U.S. Open, 2020
I would
U.S.
agree.
Open,
I would concur.
lives rent free in my head.
I would concur. He did look good.
But that's not current. So
I think he would. Yeah, he that was a great look for him. If we're talking all time, by the way, like, you know who's an absolute daddy is Songa, Joe Wilfred Songa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good
I
lord.
definitely
Well, no.
growing up had a crush on him, but I also had a huge crush on Stan Wawrinka. I don't know why.
I had a soft spot for Stan.
No, I see the vision with Stan. I see the vision. No, I see it.
There's just something there.
I kind of see the vision with Stan. Not gonna lie. Like,
Stan.
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
he has a bit of a dad vibe, doesn't he? He has a bit of a dad vibe, I suppose. I can kind of see that.
you know who I don't see the vision with?
Go on.
Novak. Like,
I was gonna say
I
I was gonna bring Novak up. I was gonna bring Novak up.
like, I'm not saying the man is ugly, but like
Ashley though, have you seen that video when the spider cam comes across and zooms in and on his face and Novak follows the spider cam and winks at it?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
yes, I've seen that video. It does nothing for me.
Oh, it does a lot of things for me. I'm like, Novak, you can look
clearly
into
you're
my
sitting
soul.
there. I can't.
Novak, you can look into my soul all day long.
I can't
Good
say that.
lord.
I can't say that, honestly.
He is an attractive man. There's just no doubt about it.
I think he's a decent looking man, but he just doesn't get me going. Like
Not unusual, but there's been some photos and some moments where I'm like, I see the vision.
like
there.
I'm a person who likes strong like features. Like, I'm not like, if you got a big nose, like, okay, like what do I look like talking about somebody's feature with a big old gap right here? Like, you know, I've tend to like those people with stronger features. It's just like every time I look at Novak, I'm like, yes, I think he's good looking, but he's not it for me.
He just doesn't do it.
Well, you know what? We've been having a conversation about hairlines and balding for half this stream. One of Novak's greatest achievements, that hairline has never moved.
It's not.
That is a strong head of hair. He
It's
has.
like
Right? I don't know what kind of hair products he'd be using up in Serbia, but
He's got to start some sort of line after he retires.
He truly does.
With his nutrition and his hair care, his skin care, all that stuff.
His hair care stuff, yeah, for sure. There's just, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, like it's all, for me, it's like all the slightly older generation of ATP men. I'm like, they're doing it for me. They're doing it for me.
Oh my god, I just remembered who else I used to like.
2013 Rafa was so it for me. Oh my god.
2013 Rafa. Oh, he did look like an attractive man back in the day, to be fair.
Oh.
Go on, Bianca. Who were you going to say?
I used to have the biggest crush. Again, this is an oldie. Marat Safin.
Oh wow!
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good looking man. Oh, you know who was an attractive man. And to be honest, I'm gonna go out on a limb. Still an attractive man, Bjorn Borg. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I mean he's the pinnacle, right? Like he.
So Scott, you like losers and criminals? That's crazy.
No, Borg's not a criminal.
Is he not?
No, you're thinking of
Becker.
You're thinking of
Becker. Okay.
Yeah, Borg is Swedish. He would never commit a crime.
Like nobody. This is, don't get anything against Boris Becker, but he's not really doing it for me. No, Bjorn Borg, he is. I think it's also something about Bjorn Borg, like he's just the quiet, silent type. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you know, has anybody read Andre Agassi's autobiography, Open? Has anybody read it? No.
No.
There's a really cute bit in the beginning, like when he's talking about growing up and stuff like that, and hitting with different like players. His dad made him like play with all the different players who came to Las Vegas and stuff, and so he got to hit with Bjorn Borg, who apparently like was so happy to do so, and like he would like give him advice and stuff like that, and act like there was nowhere else he'd rather be than hit with this like 7-8-year-old kid on a tennis court. And I'm like, what a babe. What an absolute babe of a man. He then went on to say that Jimmy Connors was like terrible. Like Jimmy Connors was awful. Like
Big shock. Yeah.
Yeah. But Bjorn Borg just sounds like a babe of a man. And he's just so useless at Laver Cup. He just sits there doing nothing. And
He's just collecting that paycheck. That's all he's doing.
He's just useless. And I just
these last 2 years where he's like, wait, I actually have to do some coaching, and it's not really gone.
Yeah,
well.
it's just not really done it. So
You know,
all like he's
How does
definitely.
the chat feel about Vucevic? I think.
Can I go?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, can I Google? Hold on. Can I Google him?
He's the one who's flexing after every win.
Yeah.
The body's there, but I don't really know.
Thumbs down on
the,
that.
The
No.
body is bodying, but it's the face. I'm like, who? All right.
I must say, judging, it's a no from me.
A lot of people seem to be fawning over him on social media.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
a no.
like, okay. I mean, to each
he's-
their own, but bless y'all.
He's not doing it. Yannick Sinner is a no, I'm afraid.
You know, I am also a no on Yannick, but my mother loves him.
Yannick is adorable, but Yannick is also in that same realm with Carlos Alcaraz, and then the fact that he is like 21 and he's younger than my brother, so that's a no for me.
Too young. Yeah, too young.
Well, wait, how old are you, Ashley? Because
I'm
like
24.
That's not even that much different.
Not that much. That's not big of a difference.
Yeah,
I'm dating,
Yeah,
I'm
my
dating
brother's about to
somebody.
be well, I'm 23, about to be 24. My brother's about to be 23. For some reason I have this thing in my head that anything like I don't want to date somebody younger than my brother for some reason. I don't know why that started in my head. Like couldn't tell you.
Oh, it's reasonable. It's reasonable.
I couldn't tell you when it started, but I'm just like, well,
Age is just a number, Ashley. I mean,
I mean, well, yes, in theory, but
somebody's saying in the comments that it's with Borg, it's really about the cheekbones. I would have to agree. His
cheekbones in the hair.
Yeah, and he's still got great hair.
He has high cheekbones.
Guys, can I go out on a limb here? Can I go out on a limb?
Don't you always?
And say, Daniel Medvedev, he's got a little bit of something. No?
You know,
the silence. Okay. I sort of get it, but I only see it when he's off court. And he's like, yeah, when I see him, when he like posts videos of him with his daughter,
okay,
like I see it. Like he's adorable. I get it. He's cute. He's smiling. He's relaxed. But when he's on court, something changes, and I am just like,
he's not doing it for you. Interesting.
No, not at all.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Well, I've been here looking up photos of Bjorn Borg because I really don't think I've ever looked at his face, and I feel like I see where you're coming from.
He has some really nice cheekbones.
He does. He has a good face.
This photo specifically, this one's doing it.
Oof.
Oh wow! Yeah.
He was really like maybe the most attractive tennis player of his era.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah. He is just very attractive man.
And he just seemed like nice and just minding his business in his corner.
Yeah, he's pretty chilled, I feel. Andrei Rublev, he's so tired all the time.
He's so tired.
Okay, I feel like in certain contexts when he's off court and his hair is not like giving Alexander Zverev, he looks okay. He looks decent. Like he looks good.
When he's not stressed and crying, he looks great.
Yeah. When
he's holding that lightning bolt trophy, he can do anything he wants.
The lightning bolt trophy. Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. Like that is just god tier level.
Are there any
Tsitsipas, how do you feel?
Ooh.
I mean, it's hard to put the personal stuff aside. Tsitsipas. I mean, I used to think he was up there, but then he decided to proclaim that feminism was ruining the country or something, and I was like, okay, no, you're off, you're gone.
Entirely
He
valid.
was never it for me. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't really.
He wasn't really doing it. Well, that's interesting.
no, and like it was the hair mixed with the scruffy beard mixed with the somewhat like semi like immature attitude that he would have at some points, and then like the whole thing, like Isabel said, went down with the whole feminism thing, and I was just like, all right, bro, like you ugly on the outside and on the inside. That's crazy. Like
he went off the deep end.
Yeah, but I hope him and Paula are happy together. I guess I don't know.
Are they okay? But I asked this the other day on Twitter. I have not seen any Sitsudosa content
They're together.
in a minute. Are they still together?
From the creepy Big Brother-esque cameras that they have all over the Australian Open, there's been shots of them like stretching together, like warming up together.
Yeah.
They're very happy. Sitsudosa is alive and well. Everyone that was concerned.
I saw them together in person at the U.S. Open.
Really?
Yep. I was walking by the practice courts at the end of the day, and there was a big crowd around one of them, and I kind of sidled up and I was like, what is everyone looking at? And it was Tsitsipas and Badosa playing like 2-on-1 with Tsitsipas's brother.
Oh yeah.
And like everyone just wanted to see them together, and there they were. So I was like, oh, confirmed. Okay.
No, confirmed. Like it's just been this thing on.
Well, I wondered if it was just like a content thing they were doing to promote Tsitsipas's YouTube channel or something.
Probably.
Before I go, can I just can we get a consensus that Casper Ruud is just he's not doing it for people, is he?
He's okay.
I will give him a solid 7.35 out of 10.
I've seen him in person, and I'll say he's okay. He's tall. He's nice.
Is he tall?
Yeah, he's tall. He's pretty tall.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give him a 6. Like if he asked me out, I would say yes.
If you take the context, so if you saw that person in real life, he's hot. Like I feel like I don't know.
Well, how does the room feel about Ben Shelton? I've seen a lot of Ben Shelton.
I think yes.
Absolutely not.
I think yes.
He's a wee boy.
I'm into it.
He's a wee boy.
I think he has a nice smile, but again, like Scott said,
he's a wee boy.
He's like a frat boy. Like,
ooh,
I'll take.
That's
look,
crazy
I'll
that you think Ben is a frat boy, but Tanasi gives you bi vibes.
Yeah,
I'll take bi vibes over frat boy any day.
It's so interesting because I think like a lot of people think Tanasi gives frat vibes.
Tanasi does give like Australian frat, whatever the
but he's Australian. It's different from like American frat, and Ben Shelton is American frat.
That is very true. As an American still in college, that there's a very
the last Australian Open, he was going go Gators. I'm like, you're not in college anymore, sir.
You know when
okay, a lot of people still do the like that's SEC stuff. Like as I go to the SEC school, like when you leave college, you're still going to be repping your SEC school, like Gators, Alabama, Roll Tide, that type of stuff.
When I was at the U.S. Open, somebody asked me what player I thought had most recently played beer pong, and I said, JJ Wolf.
No,
oh my God,
didn't he go to Ohio State? He most definitely did play. Most recently played beer pong. Like that's all they do up there is drink and eat cheese. Like
no, JJ Wolf looks like he most recently like what is it called, mudfished. Fishing or some shit like that.
JJ Wolf does give like northern like country boy vibes. Like
he does.
He grew up in the Appalachian Mountains and then moved to Ohio. Like
yeah, he truly does. Right, I'm going to bed, guys. Sorry, I very much enjoyed chatting with you all. And yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble on about how attractive Andy Murray is. You know what? I didn't actually talk about how attractive Andy Murray is. Andy Murray is very attractive, guys. Like
he's got a nice personality.
Damn.
We need to get an Andy Murray counter after this stream because it's well over 100 times I think he's been mentioned.
Yeah.
Not in the tournament anymore, but being mentioned more than the people we're supposed to actually be watching. And
that's the way it should be. And on that note, goodbye. Love you all.
Bye, Scott.
All right, Scott.
Yeah. Girl stream.
Speaking of
Girl stream.
frat
Girl stream.
boy adjacents, Tommy Paul was down a break just now in the second set, but he got it back. So anyone that wanted to check in with the match.
Yeah.
By the
and
way,
Sloane
Tommy Paul does
Stephens
nothing
is-
for me. Like,
Tommy
Yeah.
Paul, I see it in some lights, but he is frat.
He
he's
Yeah.
very much
He's on the frat scale.
stereotypical
Frat scale.
bachelor. Like, he would be like top candidate on The Bachelor or Bachelors in Paradise, or like,
Should we just go through the fourth round and just rate all the KTP players? Is
And they
that a
fall
waste
to
of time?
scales. Frat?
Is John here to moderate us from doing that?
he's on his phone, but that man drinking, I don't care. Like, also, Sloane has break points. Okay, Miss Girl, come on now.
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
let's
this is the
we'll
girls'
we'll
street,
spend
so it's
we'll
gonna
spend a
have
few
to
minutes
vary a bit.
updating, and then maybe we'll go through and keep rating their favorite tennis players.
Queen Wen is down 1-4. That serve probably a mess right now. Oh God, her serve.
Oh, I don't have her stream up as well. I've got Tommy Paul and Sloane up. When?
I would be so behind Quinn Wen if her serve didn't give me heartburn. Like,
Oh my God, there was one match, I don't remember which round it was. It was like deuce. I think she double faulted like 5 times in just that game. It's like what's going on here?
I'm like, the smoke that Coco gets for her serve, can we send some her way? Because I'm like, oh God, please. I'm like, when it's on, it's decent, but when it's off, oh my God.
Even when Coco's serve, at least in this tournament I've seen, like even when her serve is not really working, like she's still able to win.
Yeah,
It's impressive.
Yeah, there have been a couple of times Alicia Parks couldn't get nothing on Coco's serve, really.
Well, she was also serving very poorly yesterday. Yeah.
So, but her first 2 matches, I think she was kind of low in winning her second serve points, but she was managing it pretty well. Like, I don't remember too many double faults popping up, and when she gets tight, the double faults pile up. So she's been. I think the time that she spent with Mr. Roddick has kind of helped so far. I'm seeing the vision,
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. So, also Sloane broke. Okay, Miss Girl, yes.
I would love to see Sloane do well again.
Yeah,
Because I feel like I've been on her train like since the beginning, and it was just an onslaught of pain until she won the US Open, and I thought, this is what I've been rooting for this whole time, and then nothing has happened since.
All we've
What
known is
title
pain.
since, though? Has she or
Pardon?
has she won a title since?
Guadalajara, I think, or some kind of title in Mexico. I think.
I don't remember. I know that I don't think she's made.
She hasn't made a Grand Slam final
she-
since the 2018 French.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
What do we make of the disparity between like consistency on the men's and women's tours? Is it like the women aren't as consistent, or the talent is just so deep that's why we have so many different champions on different levels?
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah, and I also feel like the ATP, outside of maybe Novak, is also kind of as volatile as the WTA tour.
But it doesn't look it, because you have like 1 or 2 guys at the top that are winning consistently. So you don't.
Yeah, it
One
doesn't
or
look.
2. It's just one.
Yeah,
but
it's one and a possible. Like, and the possible is Carlos. Now, would I like to see Carlos win more consistently?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I ain't got no beef with that kid. He be cooking. But yeah, it's really just Novak, and it was Rafa until his hip went.
Literally, Novak's greatest opponent right now is time. Like, how long can he keep doing this until
Yeah,
anymore?
There has to be an injury that's going to take over at some point, right? It seems impossible that he has gotten this far in his career without like any major injuries.
Literally,
didn't he have an elbow issue?
He has a tear in the thigh and this in the wrist, but then he goes on and
I thought like back in 2018, before he like pre-2018 Wimbledon, which really started this run that Novak has gone on, I thought he was dealing with some elbow things and like whatnot. But I might be misremembering that.
I know he was struggling for the first half, struggling compared to Novak's standards. Okay, like in the first half of 2018, and then Wimbledon happened, and he's just been on a tear since. Like, thank you, Rafa, for starting this, by the way, because you should have won the 2018 Wimbledon, but whatever, it's okay. I forgive you.
And Stevens gives the break back.
Oh, Sloane.
She wants to do it the hard way. Can we
do it the easy way for once? Like, damn.
And she wants to be a part of that.
Like, she's been doing it the hard way since 2018, dog. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, oh, all I know is pain. That's a lie. I'm a Rafa fan. That's not all I know, but you know, it's okay.
Yeah. I do find I am waiting for his departure, and I feel like I've been called a Novak hater because of it. But it's boring when you go into every tournament just knowing like he's gonna win.
Yeah, no, I agree. Part of my dislike for him is because I'm tired. Men's tennis is no longer interesting.
Okay, so the last title she won was the Open 35 de San Malo in 2023. Don't know where that is, but that's her last title. Sloane's last title, according to her website. So, also Sloane has an ESPY. That's crazy. Didn't know that, but you know, she got some titles. An ESPY, like, you know, the ESPN awards that they give out.
Oh,
she has one of those. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Welcome back, Terry. We've lost some people in the stream, but
Car hit a pole. Are you okay, Terry? I also got into a car accident recently.
Y'all good? Be safe out there.
Somebody hit me.
What? I was not referring to Terry. Like,
every car accident I've gotten into is definitely my fault, so I really have nothing to say about that. One of them, me and my sister were singing Panic at the Disco, and I fully just ran into the back of somebody.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Do I want to watch the main feed?
Let's see. Who else is playing tonight? What's going on? What's going down?
Iga's later on tonight. I think Casper Ruud is on later on tonight. I'm blanking on who else is on later on tonight. He who should not be named is
Carlos
on.
Carlos is also playing.
Who shall not be named? Burrell is playing.
There's
now?
Oh, you know what? You know what could be interesting tonight? Felix is playing Medvedev.
Oh
yes, I was just about to get to that one.
Fritz is playing Tsitsipas tomorrow, I think. Oh wow! Tomorrow is going to have so many good matches on the men's side. We've got Fritz and Tsitsipas, Sinner and Kecmanović, Demonar and Rublev.
You think Sinner Kachanov's going to be a good match?
Yeah, Kecmanović has been playing really well.
Huh. Maybe I haven't seen him too much. Well, no, I know I haven't seen too much.
I don't think he's going to win, but it might be fun.
I think that is the first challenge that Sinner will have.
I agree with that. I don't think he's only going to give up 4 games. That was brutal. Yesterday, that was brutal.
Yeah,
it was like love 1 and 3, I think.
Yeah. I was watching that one and Sabalenka and Serenko yesterday.
So many bagels yesterday. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like,
what do we think of Fritz and Tsitsipas? Will Taylor make any movements there? I think he should start packing his bags, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Bold.
I mean, Tsitsipas has been playing okay at this tournament, like
better than I expected, which is
yeah.
I say and while he was in my power rankings.
Wasn't he in your top 5 in your top 6?
No. He was 7 on my list.
Okay, top 7. Okay, interesting.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at either of them winning. I do think Tsitsipas has a more varied game than Fritz, so he maybe has the edge.
I don't know what their head-to-head looks like, but I don't think like Isabel said, Fritz has enough to pinch.
Fritz doesn't have enough to do anything.
Well,
like, I'm sorry.
Well.
I watched him play at the US Open and I was like, this is nothing is
put that
happening
away.
here.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I tuned back into Sloan. Sorry for that random outburst.
Girl, put that away.
Because she was tiptoeing up to this short volley that Kalinskaya flop shot that Kalinskaya hit, and I was like, "Girl, if you don't move, like, please."
Who do we think will come out of the Demonar and Rublev match? Because Demonar's been doing pretty well, but so has Rublev. He destroyed Korda last night.
That's tomorrow?
That's tomorrow. Yeah.
I don't know. Like the crowd is really not going to help Rublev with that, to keeping them emotions in check.
No, but at some point he has to learn how to do that on his own. Like,
he has his methods. He'll just beat himself up, punch up the racket.
Oh my God, he's got methods.
Poor boy, poor Ruby.
Rublev has surprised me a little bit with his form and by how well and efficient he's been playing. Demonar's going to give him a headache.
Actually, Demonor is leading the head-to-head. It's 3-2.
Yeah, I think Demonor gives him a headache because he gets so many balls back.
Yeah.
Like the normal method of him. I don't want to say ball bashing, but he'd be cracking that ball. It just doesn't work because Demonor can get so many balls back because he moves so well.
I think Demonar is a dark horse in this tournament.
Oh yeah,
I would agree.
He was in my
Was he an honorable mention?
Honorable mention, yeah. Looking at when they've played, the Demonar has won the only outdoor hardcourt match that they've played. All the rest have been either clay or indoor. So,
dang, Rublev can't even beat him on clay. That's great. Well, Rublev is not that great on clay.
No, he beat him on clay.
Okay.
But they've only played one match, and it was in Washington semifinal, and Demonor won that one. Okay. And Fritz has actually beaten Stefanos once, and it was most recently. It was at the Monte Carlo Masters last year. That was outdoor clay. So
I think wasn't Steph in poor form around that time?
Yeah, he was just playing because he said he just needed to play. And
was that the time when Fritz wrote on the camera that they're no Americans are good at clay in quotations?
I think that might have been it.
Yes, or something like what's clay because there's no clay in America or something like that.
Which is so funny to me because there's 2 clay court tournaments in America. In the U.S.
Yeah, but they don't train on it out here, so it's hard for them to adjust.
Well, no, I agree. Americans on clay give me heartburn. Outside of 2013 Serena, when she was cooking the fools on clay.
Yeah,
Jamari, I would like to see that.
We all want to see this.
I would
all of us want to see this, dude.
This is my bestie. Bestie, I love you dearly. I really want to see that happening. Do I see it though?
Not even win the whole thing. Just win the
quarterfinal. Just get through to the semis.
Forget all that. I just want to see him beat Novak at a slam. I don't care what it is. That man has been going through it against Novak at a slam. I don't know what it is.
He keeps getting caught in the same draw. I think they're in the same draw again. So
they're
not
meet in the semis.
Well, they're not going to meet at the quarters.
They'll be at the semis though.
Well,
yeah, he's not in. I don't think he's in center section.
I think he is.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought center and wait, hold on, no.
I'm looking.
Because center would meet Novak in the semifinals. I misspoke. So would that mean center in the quarters?
You mean Rublev in the quarters?
Well, I'm saying Rublev will meet center in the quarters. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not happening this year, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Poor guy. Can't catch a break.
Even still, no matter where he met Djokovic likes to keep his pigeons in a corner. He does. Once he has that head-to-head wide and far, he doesn't want to give you anything. 18 times met, 0 wins. That's crazy.
Oh my!
So sad. As soon as I saw that Gaio would be playing him, I thought, oh well, that's the end. That's the end for him. I don't even have to check their head to head. I was just like, oh, well, he's done.
Like, don't even unpack your bags, homie. Like, just keep them bitches packed.
But you know, I love that Alina is still in this. Like,
right?
I mean, I'm all in on her. I love her so much.
She be tussling.
Yeah, it's. I really want her to like make it to the semis.
Who would she face in the semis? Would that be Iga or somebody else?
I think she's gonna meet Iga in the fourth round.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's the fourth round. I don't remember these draws.
No, I think it's the fourth round for them.
Yeah, she will meet Iga if they both win. They'll meet next.
And honestly, I think Alina could beat her because Iga's been a little shaky. I think Danielle Collins really like showed some weaknesses in her game.
Don't tell Nick that. Nick thinks that match is that's the key point of her becoming.
Alina has a great record against number one players, so like I think she could beat her.
All I know is that as long as it's not at 2:00 in the morning, I will be seated for that match.
It probably will though.
It's definitely going to be a night match. Is like
that'll be tough for me too because I've only been able to catch the day session because it starts like right as I get off work.
Yeah, and like. Unless it's like later on in the Australian Open, I just don't feel like wake up at 2:00 in the morning for like go back to routine somebody 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Like, you know. So like I don't know. I really don't even do that for Rafa for real. So
the best slams for me to watch are the French and Wimbledon because I can just watch it early.
Yeah, Wimbledon's great for me.
Wimbledon and the U.S. Open are great for me.
Yeah,
because they just go on throughout the day. Like
Australia's good for absolutely nobody except for Australians.
It really isn't. Like happy slam, happy wear. I'm sleep deprived. I'm sleep deprived, dog. Like, French. I would like the French more if I could watch it. But because I am American. I can't watch that thing nowhere.
Yeah.
Why is it not streamed on?
So for some reason, Wimbledon, Australia, and the U.S. Open the rights of those tournaments are all with ESPN, which is the main sport network in the U.S. But for some reason, the French Open is owned by NBC, which is a different network. And even if here's what I discovered last year, even if you have NBC. They don't play all the matches on NBC. Some of them you will come on NBC and then they're like, okay, well, in a couple minutes, we're going to bring this match over to our streaming service, which is called Peacock. So even if Peacock don't even have and Peacock doesn't have all the matches either. So even if you have NBC, if you don't have their specific streaming service, you can't watch half the matches. And even if you have their specific streaming service, you can't watch all the matches if you don't have NBC.
Wow.
So it's just a nightmare.
And if you have Tennis Channel,
they don't own. Yes, that's true. Tennis Channel doesn't own any rights to the Grand Slam, so they can't play any of those.
Well, I've seen Tennis Channel. I've seen.
They sometimes have French Open stuff.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Like if you don't have that, like NBC or Peacock, that's kind of the point I was getting at. Like you're at the mercy of Tennis Channel if they have a match.
Yeah.
It's like to me, it just ruins the experience of the French Open for me because I'm just like, well, how am I supposed to watch this match? Like I would like to watch it, I can't watch it. So
yeah,
they gotta hammer that out if they want to.
They're never going to.
Tennis fans, like how are people supposed to see this if you're not able to just casually view it? If
they're never going to though, like not with the way that like streaming services and everything is going. Like they're never going to give us the ability to watch.
Streaming services in America, it's just like so convoluted. I mean,
but everything is on one here. Like it's TSN. I mean, I have TSN Plus, which is TSN's streaming app, and I had that, and I was like, "Oh, this is great. It's not that expensive." But then half the matches, it's like, "Oh, it's only available if you're paying for TSN fully." So now I'm just paying for the whole thing.
I mean, it's just capitalism, right? Like that's the only reason that we are stuck with this. It's not all conveniently in one place. It's because certain companies want a piece of it, so it's just all broken up.
I would be perfectly fine if ESPN like had like all of the Grand Slams and maybe some big tournaments. Like I would be okay with it.
I'm not okay with that just because ESPN is only accessible if you have cable, and you can still buy ESPN Plus. You can still buy ESPN Plus, but if you don't have cable, you can't watch the main feed. So if they're
Yeah,
not
I
showing,
forgot about that fact.
so like once it gets to semifinals or even quarterfinals, like they're not showing those on ESPN Plus, so you can't watch them. And I just think that's ridiculous because we've spent all this like energy moving away from cable in the States.
Yeah, you cutting the
So I
cord
don't
and
know
whatnot.
who has cable anymore. So I don't know who can even watch this stuff.
I know a couple people that still have cable. I don't know if YouTube TV counts as cable. It's about as expensive as cable. As
I
come to
signed up
find out
for a
myself.
trial of Sling so that I could watch ESPN this tournament, but it's all so expensive that like I can't afford to be paying for like 5 different streaming services to watch one sport.
I've tried Sling before.
I'm not a big fan.
I don't like it. Before I realized that I now have Tennis Channel back, I would like make different emails to use Fubo TV for a free trial for like. There's Tennis TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is, can you use like ESPN, NBC, all these things? Can you use them outside of America?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I discovered that when I was in New York during like some tournament. I was like, yep, let me log into TSN Plus. And I was like, sorry, you're not in Canada. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have a really good VPN or something like that to do it.
I don't know anyone in my circle of Canadians. I don't know anyone who has TSN. So like when I'm in Canada and there's a tournament going on, I just can't watch it. Period.
Good. TSN, they make an effort with tennis. They have their own sort of tennis department. They have like their own pundits that go to all these different tournaments. So you're getting kind of like your own version of it. Sometimes like watching the matches, I can see the little ESPN logo in the corner. They're just like streaming that feed, but they have mostly everything, all the matches on here, like even like the doubles, like everything they have playing all at once. It is like split up between ESPN and ESPN Plus, so paying for all of it, but at least it's all there. And they play all the Masters as well, and even like some of the like 500 to 250s, they have a lot on there.
I think the UK was doing it best up until I think it was either last year or this year. It was all on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and they just
it was genius. I mean, when I was living there, it was so perfect. Everything was accessible.
Oh, Sloan is down 1540.
Ooh.
Sloan.
She's got 11 break points and she's only converted on one of them. Oh my God, free me.
Well, she just hit an ace, so 1 point back.
That was a good serve. That had some movement to it.
Just one more of those would be nice. Anyone else find it so crazy that Kalinskaya used to date Kyrgios?
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Kalinskaya?
Yeah.
Who's playing slow?
Oh, the player. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying two separate names.
No.
She used to really?
Yeah.
Well, wait, didn't Tomjanović also used to date Kyrgios?
Yes.
Yes.
Both breaks back. All right, Sloan. Her team is they're yelling, they're cheering, trying to get her head in the game.
I theorize that Kyrgios can really turn on charm when he wants to.
He probably can, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Like he has that kind of same energy as Kokkinakis. Just all that we know about him now, it's probably like, well.
Isn't he currently dating someone now on the tour? Or am I making that up?
Kyrgios?
Kyrgios?
Yeah.
No, he was dating that like influencer girl.
I think they're still together.
An influencer girl. Oh, okay.
They had her on the first.
I have no.
She's like, I didn't know anything about tennis. He he he.
I don't watch Breakpoint. So
I do. I love what Gofan said about Breakpoint after that first season came out. He said if I wanted to watch Kyrgios walk around with his girlfriend, I could just go outside during the tournament.
Wow. You know what? When you're right, you're right. Yeah. Like, I hope they are, experiencing love together.
Another break point. Sloan has to save now. It is 4-4 in the decider. Sloane is this would be very decisive if she were to lose this, because then Kalinskaya would be serving for the match. So
Yeah.
let's hold Sloane.
Please hold.
Okay, second
Please.
serve there. Kalinskaya's on the run. Ooh, great forehand from Sloane. And it's wide from Kalinskaya. All right, back to deuce. This is what deuce number is. Okay, it's only deuce number 2. So
Yeah. Because she had 2 break points to save. So yeah, this is only the second deuce. That was a really good forehand. Placed right in along the corner to draw that error.
what brand is Sloane wearing?
It's definitely not Nike. Is it Athleta? No, it's not that. I don't remember who she's sponsored by now.
Oof, great inside out forehand from Kalinskaya, but Sloane gets it back. Oh, good cross court backhand, and it's too much. Sloane's hunched over. It's a break point again.
That's a really good cross court backhand. Come on, Sloane. Come on. Was that another second serve that she had to?
Yeah, Kyrgios has been commentating at this Australian Open mic. I've only watched one match where he was doing it, and he wasn't terrible, but he also wasn't good. Like he was just
I'll explain more about it after this game because I have something to offer Bianca's
great point from Sloane. Kalinskaya almost fell over just then trying to reach that.
Steven's is fighting. Sloane is fighting. Come on, girl. It's not time to be not hitting your first serves.
Where are you guys in this match? Because I think I might be a little bit behind.
I'm at 4-all deuce.
I'm at 4-all odd for the 5th break point.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm with you.
Yeah, I just got there. So I think I'm only like 3 seconds behind.
Okay.
Maybe.
So Kalinskaya has a break point, 5th break point against Sloane right now. Sloane is serving. First serve is out.
She got it on the first serve, man.
Ooh,
oh my gosh.
Gaia, she snatches the game and will serve.
Oh my god, that was a return. Wow.
She ripped that return. My god.
That was a disrespectful return. Like
borderline disrespectful. So to Bianca's point about Kyrgios, I was talking about Kyrgios with one of my friends. He's a play-by-play commentator here at UA that I've known with my work and stuff. And he said during one of the matches that he was commentating, like, he's not bad. He just sounds like he needs to wake up. Like, his tone is just very, like, bland. I think the commentary that he offers sometimes is decent. Like, he provides some really good technical analysis, but it will be like a really good rally, and Kyrgios will be like, yeah, that was a really good serve. I like what he did there when he slid his foot that way. And I'm like, bruh, you are wasting a spot. This is the first time ESPN has been at the Australian Open since COVID. And you are just sitting there like, yeah, bro, like, that's so cool. Like, I'm totally in love. Like, oh my God.
He could feel out of his depth. Not that he would ever admit that, but I feel like he has this air where he thinks everything would be so easy, but actually probably being in that position with all these people around him that are like well seasoned in this.
Right.
Nervous as hell.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. He's commenting next to John McEnroe. It's really not difficult to outshine
John McEnroe, who came onto the match with Tsitsipas and Zizou Bergs and said he'd never heard of Zizou Bergs. Like,
he said the same thing about oh my gosh, who was it? Like Bergs or something? It was like first round.
That's Zizou Bergs. I think that's who.
Bergs, yeah,
that's who Bianca's referring to.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know his first name.
Zizou Bergs, famed TikTok star. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, at least Kyrgios knew who he was.
Yeah.
I'll give credit for Kyrgios for that. The only time where I felt like Nick has really shined on commentary, I would have to say it was with Chris Fowler. But I just think Chris Fowler is a pro's pro. So I think anytime when Nick, John, and Patrick are together, they're just gonna gravitate over to basketball. And it's happened like the few times that I've like watched the match and unfortunately had those three on the call. They just gravitate to basketball. And
They
I'm
definitely
like,
were talking about football when I was watching.
like American football?
Yeah, they were talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, was this last week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Saturday, because the Australian Open Saturday, it started Saturday. The Cowboys lost last Saturday.
Yes, but who cares?
Yes, I know. I'm saying that. I was trying to remember why
The
the heck
only
they were
time
talking
football
about.
should be mentioned is if Jessica Gula is on screen. We're talking about the Bills. And
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why the Cowboys would be relevant, like not in to say to defend them. I was like, well, why would they be randomly talking about the Cowboys? I forgot that the Australian Open started on Saturday, and that would probably been fresh in their heads or whatever. But like, yeah, bro, like it's the Australian Open. Like you're sitting during a women's tennis match. You're an all male crew, which I have a problem with that to begin with. That's a different tangent for a different day. You're all male crew covering a women's tennis match, knowing full well that women's tennis coverage is not as good as it should be, and y'all are sitting here talking about the Celtics. Like I love my Celtics down, I really do. I'm glad they're the best team in the East, but why?
Yeah.
Like, why are we having like a 20-minute conversation about Jason Tatum right now with all these great rallies going on? Like, come on, y'all.
The
Real
best
quick.
commentary I've seen so far has been the all women's ones. Honestly, and I wish they put the commentators' names on screen because I really can't remember who it was. I only remember that Catherine Whitaker was on that one. It was great.
Yeah.
They were bouncing off each other. It was funny. It was talking about the match. It was relevant. And
real quick, yeah, Kalinskaya has a match point.
Oof.
at 40-30.
Oh, but she hits it into the net and it's deuce. Sloane lives.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
All right. She also double faulted a minute ago at 30 all.
Yeah, she did.
Just
Ooh.
for
Also, if
those
anyone's
people
watching
asking for
the
updates.
Tommy Paul Kecmanović match. It's a lot of there. Tommy Paul is serving for the set right now. The
Is
second
Tommy
set.
Paul capable of playing a straight set match, or is that just not his vibe?
It's not his forte.
I think he's played a couple of straight set matches. I couldn't remember them off the top of my head though.
I feel like every time I tune into him, it's like 4 or 5 sets.
Yeah, that seems to be his. He seems like a very like slow starter.
Except
like,
if it's Alcaraz, then he can boss up and oh, great shot just now from Sloane. Great cross court forehand. She has a break point.
All right.
Her team is up. They're trying to really.
That was a really good forehand.
They're into this match.
That was a great angle that she found. All right.
She got lucky with the let.
Oh, her coach is cussing somebody. I have my volume off, so I can't hear what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying, but you know.
Okay, first serve is good. Or was it good? No, yes, it was good. She barrels it into the net. And gave them a side eye just now.
Well, that's she lets herself get distracted, I think. Way too much.
Come on, Sloane. Come on. These two have been, I don't know if it's good serving or just poor returning, but they have not been able to consolidate or grab a lot of breaks. Because I think each of them have had double-digit opportunities. And got like a few.
Ooh, Sloane hits a backhand into the net and slaps herself because it was an easy shot that she should not have missed. And another match point here.
Oh, girl. Ooh. That's routine for you. Oh, man. Ugh. Ooh. Kecmanović has break point.
Ball nearly went wide just now, but it goes in. Kalinskaya has Sloane on the run. Run, girl!
Run! Run, Sloan, run.
And she does run. She gets the point. Kalinskaya hit it wide. Back to deuce.
You're like 5-6 seconds ahead of me, Bianca.
Ooh. Well, hopefully everyone in the chat is on my timeline. I do have some futuristic ass stream. I'm always points ahead of everybody else. I don't know.
I think you're about 3 seconds ahead of me. And
maybe I should not be doing the play-by-play then. Since
No. You're great at it. You should do it.
You're fine. You're fine.
We all have to get on that Rogers internet somehow.
Literally. Well, don't, because when the grid shuts down, it shuts down.
Yeah, that's true.
That was an awful.
Oh, come on.
Tickets to go to a weekend concert, and there was no power.
Sloan, ain't no way.
Okay, Sloan has another break point. She controlled that point really well.
Ooh, come on, girl. Come on, girl. Like sister,
get a second serve here and really capitalize on that. And we are going to get a second serve.
Yuck! I don't know about
but a great down the line shot from Kalinskaya, and it's too much. Sloan hits it into the net. I find it happens a lot. Players have like opportunities where they'll get a second serve and it's a real pressure point and they'll just do absolutely nothing with it. Just blast it wide or blast it into the net. And those moments where they are human. They're just like me, because that's exactly what I would do if I was nervous ass moment. Okay, good first serve. Great return from Sloan. Oh, blistering down the line forehand from Kalinskaya, but Sloan gets it back. Oh, and she's on the run. She's getting them back in, but it's
run, Sloan, run.
Too good from Kalinskaya. Another match point here. It took 5 break points for Kalinskaya to get the break just now. Will it take her 5 match points? We'll see. We're on 3, so.
Well, not if Sloan keeps making those easy blows. Or missing those easy ones. Give the play-by-play, somebody says. It's hard. Leave us alone.
We can't give you the play-by-play if the rally hasn't started.
Yeah. We're also all on different times.
Second serve here for Kalinskaya. Was that an ace? No. Just wide. Okay, but the first one must have been a let then. Second serve is good. Sloan hits a backhand. Another backhand. Her shots are looking a bit timid right now, but ooh. On the line from Kalinskaya. She's painting lines right now. Ooh, blistering forehand. Sloan still gets it back. Backhand. That is just on the line. And Kalinskaya wins the match. Sloan had her chances. She didn't take them.
Oh, she looks real sad.
Who was here earlier in the match? I'm scrolling back through the comments. There was someone that was very heavy for Kalinskaya. I think he dipped out. Still, if you're here still, your girl has won.
She has won. She has slayed.
She has won. Sloan is out. Disappointing again. She had her chances, but what can you say?
All I know is pain. All I know is suffering.
Well, we still have Coco.
Still have Coco.
Maybe she won't disappoint us.
Jen can do something right now. She has break points, actually, if anyone is on that match. I don't know if I'm ever saying her name correctly. Is it Kinwen Zheng?
I'm sorry. I blanked. I'm so sorry. What was the question?
If I'm just pronouncing her name correctly.
Yeah, you're pronouncing it. I think it's the order is the other way though.
Okay.
A lot of people call her Queen Wen because she's a queen apparently.
Well, the queen has just secured the break in the third.
Well, that for her. I'm glad that somebody can get a break in the second and the third set. You know?
Someone had a break in the third, and she lost it. Let's remember that, just for the extra pain moment.
Just to drive that knife a little further.
Yeah, you know, it's okay. Hold on. I'm coming back. I'm just looking for a video. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, got it.
Oh, I just read the Ugo Umber and Hurkacz match just started. I'm gonna have to keep one eye on that one because Hurkacz is my number 10 in my power rankings, so he needs to do well as well.
And you have Hurkacz?
Yeah, he was my number 10.
Yeah, I do remember that now. For some reason, that blanked on me.
I've made a. I don't know if you can, if John is here. I made a little, you know, in America's Next Top Model, when the models lose and they just slowly like fade into the black out of the screen. I made
Yep.
one of those for my power rankings. So Ben Shelton and Holgaroon are currently grayed out of that. So I will update it as the tournament goes on, as my power rankings fall.
I'm so glad I didn't do a power rankings. Well, I technically did one for the women's, but there's only one person that knows my power rankings for the women. And it's going to stay that way until the final to see how correct I was. I do know that there's one egregious error, but I think that egregious error was everybody's. So,
Vondrousova
oh no.
or Rybakina?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that one, I don't think that was an error to put her there, even though she's lost. That was a crazy match. I don't think you were wrong to put her there.
Okay. Well.
Like how everyone is saying I'm egregiously wrong for putting Runa above Sinner.
Well, you might not have been wrong about that a couple days ago, but
Hand is up. But I was right about putting Tsitsipas in. A lot of people didn't have him in at all. So
I think I agreed with you having him in. I think I would said I would have had him at like 10 just because of like injury stuff. I was a little bit worried about that. If I recall correctly.
and Tommy Paul has won the second set. I've just realized. All right, so we'll see.
Okay, play. Oh my god. Ugo Umber. That's just a fun name to say.
Ugo Umber.
Yeah, it's just a fun name.
so I have to.
We're meant to be like famous. Your name just sounds right.
Like Beyonce? Like you had no choice but to be famous, girl.
So I have to step away for a bit because I have some work I have to get done. But if you guys want to keep streaming, I will stay in the background as the admin, and maybe I'll hop back in later.
It's up to you,
No?
Bianca. I ain't got nothing else to do tonight. Because I know you wanted to get up. You wanted to go to bed before midnight.
That is true. That is true. Maybe we call it then. We finished Sloane's match. Everyone is a bit despondent here because we didn't get the result we wanted. So I don't know if the energy is going to be the same.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
Well,
in that case,
This was fun, girls moment.
girls,
Yeah.
moment.
girls stream.
I had to thug it out with the dudes. Like, I was like,
You know, I do love that Scott was the one who was bringing up like Dimitrov's hair plugs and like let's talk about who our top 3 most attractive tennis players are. Like he can hang.
And then he went away. We went right back to talking about stats somehow.
Yep.
women in sports. Women in sports.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well-
I'll happily do another girls stream plus Scott.
Girl stream plus Scott with John in the background.
Honorary member. Scott's definitely a part of Girl Stream.
Yes.
Girl stream. Honorary though.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, yes.
also good night, and hopefully everyone, no matter where you are, getting some sleep, maybe or not.
Yeah, or not. You know, I mean, we'd understand if you didn't. If you liked our stream, feel free to give us a follow if you haven't already. You can find all of us on the tennis Twitterverse and elsewhere. Do you guys want to give out your handles?
You can find me on Twitter. It's just Bianca Peterkin. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok, Bianca Talks Tennis.
I recently followed Bianca on TikTok, and the content is excellent.
Thank
You
you.
you can find me at Facebook, well, no, don't find my Facebook. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all Ashley M Woods, ASHLEEMWOODS. If you just like memes and content about and shit posting about tennis, I'm your gal.
Awesome. And you can always find me as the tennis slut, just on Twitter if you are looking for some slutty humor about tennis. All
So
right.
we got analysis, we got humor, and we got shit posting. I love the variety. I love that.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for sticking around for our stream. This has been Talking Tennis.